So welcome to the Bite Me Podcasts, episode 3.
Where anything can happen.
And anything is kind of happening. Everything's happening. We have a good holiday, good Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving for me was literally we had Indian food for dinner, and I played video games almost all the rest of the weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
And how's your kid?
He's okay, I guess.
You
I didn't
didn't
see him.
him.
He was playing other video games on other things.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And what about you, Dylan? How was your Thanksgiving?
I think Thanksgiving Day was the day I ate the least of any other day this year. I don't know.
Do you just not like Thanksgiving?
No, I love it, but I just wasn't hungry.
That's the first time I've ever heard Dylan say, I just wasn't hungry.
Is he always hungry?
For a guy who's like 17 feet tall and weighs 85 pounds, he eats...
It's metabolism, yo.
My mom made me breakfast like just before Thanksgiving dinner, which is at 2 p.m.
Do you think I could borrow metabolism? Is that like something I can get?
That's
I get a
the thing.
metabolism
All my skinny
transfer?
friends, I'm like, can I just borrow your metabolism for like a month?
Yeah.
I did save plenty
of
room for pumpkin pie and cheesecake, though, so I ate plenty of that.
I had pumpkin cheesecake.
That's so much better than pumpkin pie.
Yeah,
pumpkin pie is
good.
not really very good, but pumpkin cheesecake's real good.
Yeah.
You can put enough
so
Cool Whip on it. It's pretty good.
It's all right.
You put Cool Whip on anything and it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so yeah, I spent it with Kevin's family, and I proceeded to drink a bottle of wine immediately upon arrival. Made everything better for the rest of the day.
That's actually my plan for Christmas this year.
Yeah. Oh, do it. It's great.
Fly to Utah, get off a plane, go to a liquor store.
Uh-huh.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I drank a bottle of, it was a Rosé Moscato mix, so it was like sweet. It was like fun juice. So good.
Is that what we call it now?
Yeah.
That's what you call it if you're...
fun juice is?
That's what I call it.
I think that's what alcoholics and like people drinking in public parks call it. But
no, it's like vodka is fun water. That's that.
This is eventually going to just delve into like, hey, Adam, this is, we need to talk to you. We think you've got a problem.
Right.
And
That's fine. I mean, that's fair, but it's
all
whatever.
It's all good. So why don't we delve into what drinking a bottle of wine then cost you?
So aside from the $8 that the bottle actually cost at the store,
$8 of fun juice,
something like that, it turned into roughly $100 or so on the Steam Autumn sale. Not the Black Friday sale. No, Autumn sale.
Autumn.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of crap. Let me look here. I can't remember everything I bought because I was drunk when I did it. But I know that I bought
Skyrim.
Yeah. Oh, so I bought Skyrim because I'm like, oh, that sounds like fun. Everybody says it's a great game. Well, I'm going to buy that.
And then I told him it's like 200 hours worth of video games. His eyes got about the size of dinner plates. So.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, in my drunken state, I thought that was a good idea.
You thought you needed more games.
Yeah, I know. Like, it wasn't enough to buy a 200-plus hour game. I need more. So let's see. I bought Skyrim, Ember.
Oh, I've heard about that.
I haven't. I just like, oh.
He's like, that looks pretty.
This looks
buying
pretty.
It.
Yeah, I got that. I got The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing.
I've heard that's good.
Heard it was good. Well, again, I didn't hear. I just
that
read.
sounds real bad.
So, and now keep in mind that I'm buying all these games like midway, like blacked out, laying in bed while Kevin's snoring. And I'm looking at this on my phone, like eyeballing it, trying to make sure I'm reading these descriptions right and making sure I'm not spending that much money. Well, okay, we see how that worked out. Dust and Elysian Tale.
Very good game.
Okay. Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2.
I thought they were both real solid.
Yeah, those are great, but
we should play those together, though.
Okay.
Those are good multiplayer.
Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor.
I bought that too.
Okay.
How much did you pay for it?
Not really sure.
I bought it yesterday for $1.70.
I know I didn't pay
Bam.
$1.70. $1.70?
There was a price. They put up a wrong price on Uplay.
Man, that's terrible.
That's a deal, though.
It was a real good deal.
I know there. Well, no, I guess okay. So then I also bought where is it at? Limbo and Inside. I bought that.
We'll talk about those later because oh my god.
Well, and I think it's because I was like, oh, I remember hearing about that game from
Someone
Cliff.
said
It's so good. So I'm gonna download it. It's gonna be awesome. And then I started playing it, and we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that was that's probably what I should maybe do like once a month is just get kind of hammered off a bottle of wine and see what shows up in my library.
Nothing wrong with that.
So my question is like, Over how much time did you buy these games? Like, what was the interval between each purchase, or did you throw them all in a cart?
I kind of threw them all in a cart in two separate purchases.
Good man.
And about how much time?
Well,
He doesn't really remember, Dylan.
I'm gonna say about 45 minutes.
Okay.
So I know that I read about these games, then the user reviews, and I was paying attention to the 97% over positive blah 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 blah
I'm going to say, for a guy who sounds pretty hammered, you did real well. Like, those are some real solid games.
I feel okay with my choices at this point in my life.
Yeah.
I'm good. So
yeah, I think I actually probably own 85% of those. That's good stuff.
Well, and then now keep in mind, so I was in Portland for Thursday, Friday, Friday, and Saturday. I know that Friday and Saturday night when I went out with my friends to do more of the drinking thing, that I came home and I was eyeballing all kinds of other stuff just to see what was on sale, thinking I might just blow through my Christmas bonus, which I don't really get. So
I give myself a Christmas bonus every year, and I get to buy things with that for Christmas.
Yeah, it's hard to when they're on your phone and they're so accessible. It's I
know everything's
and they're so cheap.
Easy. It's so easy to do.
Yeah.
Oh, you've saved this to your Google Wallet. If you buy now, you can get this free.
Oh, yeah. I don't even have to.
So sending you notifications. You're like, did you forget to buy this?
I don't even have to put my credit card in anymore. I just have to remember the 4 little numbers, and I'm good to go. It's a scary, scary, scary place.
Oh, and then to add on top of all the purchases I made over the holiday, Final Fantasy 15 showed up in our mailbox yesterday afternoon.
That's exciting. Have you played it yet?
Yes.
I hear it's great.
It's different.
Yeah.
Very different.
Yeah.
It's very different from the Final Fantasies you remember as a kid.
Yeah.
It's the evolution of the last few games for sure, but from Final Fantasy to now, it's totally different.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
It's the first one that I've seen that really interests me.
Yeah.
It looks fun.
I think you might
have to pick it up later this year.
So yeah, and I guess that takes us kind of into what we're all playing right now.
Yes.
Like, look at that.
Right.
Super fun.
It's amazing.
Super.
What are you playing?
I literally am playing everything. I played Inside and Limbo. We can table that for a second because we all are playing Inside and Limbo, and God, they're so great. Played Rayman Jungle Run. We're going to talk about that later. It's also great. So did Dylan.
Yeah,
very good.
Too, so.
Been playing some more GTA 5, which is, God, that game's just so viscerally fun. Like, I did a lot of not playing the missions and just driving around,
just running,
exploding people.
Over.
God, it's great.
Now, do you play it on PC or Xbox?
Xbox.
So, can you do mods on Xbox?
No, not on GTA.
Not on GTA. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that I've seen mod videos where there's a humpback whale flying through the sky or some random stuff.
I don't know. I get kind of games like that. I prefer on my Xbox. I think just because it's big. I can play it on a 60-inch TV instead of like in my little teeny dark room with, it's something I can just sit down and pick up. Sometimes it's easier for me to play games on my Xbox too because I'm kind of in the room. I don't have to go sequester myself away in my office, and so it kind of depends. I play probably a certain kind of game on my PC and a certain kind of game on my Xbox.
Right. Well, now, so do you both have games on the Steam library on the Steam? Have you bought games off Steam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, 411 of them.
Well, yeah, I forget that. It's done. So, in my inebriated shopping spree, I remember seeing bundle deals for like the Steam controller, and is it the Steam Link?
Yeah, I've got one.
Have you got the Steam? Okay, I've thought about, because I'm coming from console gaming.
Yeah.
And that's where I've always played my games. I've tried the PC thing. It's been whatever. So now with the Steam controller and the Steam Link and hooking it up and streaming it to your TV, or even just running my laptop right into my TV since it's right there.
Yeah, you'd have a way better experience doing that.
Think?
Just plugging your laptop straight into your TV is going to give you a better experience than the Steam Link. The Steam Link's great if you don't have another option.
Is there lag? Is there stutter?
There's not lag, but there's definitely like image degradation. It looks more like you're streaming a video than it does you're actually playing like a high-res game.
Okay.
I got one and I didn't pay a lot for it, and I got Rocket League for free.
Right now.
So yeah, it was great. And I use mine. If you don't have, like, if you're going over wireless too, it doesn't work great. If you have a wired network, it works a lot better.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'd say like, hell yeah, buy one.
Well, and that's,
especially if you have the option.
I've got
of just
the Razer Blade, so it's this tiny little full-fledged gaming computer that I can just plug right in. So
does it have an HDMI port too?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, just do that and get like they make you're a PlayStation guy, so your controllers will just hook right into that too, right? They're Bluetooth.
That's what I just, that was my next question is like, evidently the PS4 controllers, the DualShock 4s, use the same, was it API?
Yeah, they're just
as the
Bluetooth,
Steam?
so
Okay.
they'll just work. Or you could plug them into a Steam Link, but yeah, I mean, you should just be able to hook your controllers up to your laptop and then plug your laptop into your TV and you're good to go.
So now the argument comes in with Kevin, who's going to get the big TV?
Guess he's 2 TVs.
Well, so we have 3 TVs. I know.
You already solved your own problem.
I know. Well,
You already solved your own problem.
Well, so we've got a 55-inch LCD that's about 5 years old. Still lovely. Then we've got the 75-inch 4K downstairs mounted above the fireplace. It's just freaking gorgeous. And I kind of want that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Then take it.
Yeah, well, we're playing Final Fantasy 15, so.
That's fair. And that's
with the PS4 Pro, and they've got the up, so
with
it's
the 4K,
like we're going to throw down.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Took us off.
The 55 inches is not it's not too far of a jump back, though.
Well, 20 inches, man.
Yeah, but the reality, too, is your laptop's not going to push 4K. So, you're not really losing much.
Fine. Oh, I've got my old TV in our bedroom. I can lay in bed with my laptop, and I can play it there.
And I did the exact same thing over the weekend, or actually yesterday, where I brought my PS3 upstairs to my bedroom because I did the same thing. I got a 65-inch 4K, so then my 42-inch TV went into my bedroom because everyone needs a 42-inch TV in their bedroom, right?
Duh.
And I hooked my PS3 so I can play Kingdom Hearts at night after my kid goes to bed. It's going to be perfect, laying in bed. I'm very excited.
Very nice.
Yeah. Get back to where we were. I bought Planet Coaster this weekend, which is super fun. It's like a Roller Coaster Tycoon, if you guys are familiar. So you just build your own parks. I have not played it very much yet because that's what my kid was doing all weekend. I bought it. My kid pulled it into his shared Steam library and built roller coasters all weekend. And I look over, he's like, "Dad, watch this." And he'd show me a roller coaster. They'd go up like 20 million feet and then just like corkscrew down. He's like, "Look, they all hate it." I'm like, "Of course they do.
Particle
they're all
effects of vomit.
Yeah, they're
everywhere.
all dead now." Literally, dude, he's like, "Don't look there on my screen. That person threw up." That person's dead. That person's head is detached from their body and is flopping around.
Oh man,
that was fun. I bought City Skylines, which is again like a kind of like a Sim City, I guess, but it's crazy how detailed it is. It's super fun. The one thing I did learn from that is you should never have your sewage system empty into the same place that you're drawing water from. That does horrible, horrible things to your city. Don't do that. Right? Who would have thunk? I mean, obviously not me.
Right.
But
I love going home to my septic tank / water supply. It's delicious.
It's recycled.
Well, that was my thing.
It's the green
I am
option.
green. It's kind of brown.
My theory is doesn't my intake thing, isn't there some cleaning that goes on or something? But apparently no.
Yeah.
Apparently we're just taking straight river water and pumping it to these houses, but whatever. It's all good. But it's real fun. It's real deep. Like, I mean, you build sewers, you build electricity grids, you build, hospitals and schools and make a city from nothing.
See, like if I'm going to be doing city planning, if I'm going to
should
be
get
laying out an
paid,
urban
right?
sprawl, I need 6 figures a year, at least.
The crazy thing is I was reading the developer who made this game is based out of Sweden, I think. And the Swedish government is actually using their software to plan out potential like routes for their metro. So they're actually like built their city in it and are using it to experiment with different places to put buses and trains and stuff.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That's bonkers.
That's a good word.
Right? It's real good.
That's a good word.
In addition to that, I also played a bunch of Braid this weekend, about half of Braid, which is so fun, but I'm so not smart enough to play it. Like, I'm just dumb. I got about halfway through it, and I probably had to cheat on half of them because it's just so hard. It's real hard.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it's good. That's me. Dylan?
Yeah.
What are you playing?
I kept playing some Overwatch, trying to get better.
Have you played Sombra yet?
No, I haven't.
I'm very interested.
Everyone takes it right away, so you have to.
Terrible people.
But
Oh, is this a character in the game?
Yeah,
Oh, so yeah,
he's the
Kevin
new
just started
character,
playing it because it was on sale or something, so he's...
It's real good. And you're on Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And since we were raving about Alto's Adventure, I picked that up and I was playing that. It was pretty fun. But I played it on the Apple TV. And it's great.
Oh, is it? Do you use the remote as the controller?
Yeah, because it's a one
It's
button
one
game,
button,
right?
yeah.
So the Siri remote works perfectly.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Play it. And it's a big screen.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my best run right off the bat, was when I plugged into that my first game, I was like, this is
that sounds.
You can see everything so much easier than on your.
I realized over the weekend that I could get it on my Amazon Fire TV, and I said, "Oh, but I don't have the controller for it." And he's like, "You don't need the controller; you just need the remote." I'm like, "Oh, yeah." I might have to give that a go.
Perfect. It's great.
Right. I've got it on my Windows on my laptop because it was in the Windows Store.
I need to do that too.
You just use the little mouse button or the trackpad. That's all you got to do is just click it. You're good.
This game's so fun.
But that's a fun game. Then I picked up SteamWorld Heist, which was on sale this weekend on 3DS, and I believe on.
Yeah, I got it on Steam. Well. Super fun.
I don't know that.
If you ever played SteamWorld Dig.
You have a 3DS, right?
Yeah.
Did you play SteamWorld Dig?
I want to say
it's like new Dig Dug.
Yeah,
no. I haven't played
it. It's real cool, but like steampunky.
Tunneling under this city. It's super fun.
I know I've seen it. I've seen the name.
You'll probably be able to play through the whole game in like 6 hours. It's a couple bucks, but it's really fun.
Yeah, I finished and I just wanted more of it. I've never been more bummed when a game ended because I'm like, I just want to play this again.
Yeah, but they made this new SteamWorld Heist, which is a completely different game. It's a tactical combat game where you move your number of spaces with your little squad, like 2 or 3 characters, but the combat mechanic is freeform. So you manually aim your weapon and fire it, but if you have like a weapon with a laser sight, you can actually see the trajectory of the bullet. So you can pull off cool bank trick shots and stuff and
cool.
Shoot robots.
Everything's a ricochet. It's real cool.
Plenty of upgrades to load out your characters the way you want and how you play. And that was super fun after playing it just for a couple hours.
Yeah.
So.
I only played it for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and it's super cool. It's all set in space. You're like a space pirate?
Yeah. It's like space pirate robots.
Yeah, everyone in it is a robot. They're not people. They're robots, and the kind of the monetary system appears to be water.
Yeah.
It's real interesting.
Here's 5
it's
waters.
Steam. It's Steam World. So
yeah.
Oh,
when
okay.
You heat water, it makes steam.
Yeah.
So
it's real fun, though. I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah. But other than that, I think we're going to save what else I played for when we talk about those things. So.
Yep.
Super fun.
Cool. Mr. Adam?
Well, as you heard, I've got a lot to choose from right now, which is good because I'm ADD as all hell. I've been playing the Go versions of Deus Ex Go, Tomb Raider, and Hitman Go on my phone because Kevin drove to Portland and I played. So
3 hours of Go.
Pretty much. So those are fun. Their times suck. What else? So we got Final Fantasy 15 that came out and we got it day 1 edition, blah, blah, blah. And that's a lot of fun. It's beautiful. So Kevin was playing in the Japanese voiceover. I wasn't thinking, so I'm like, English, please. And all the accents are terrible. Like they're terrible. Like they're so good they're terrible.
Yeah.
Like the voices, they all sound great and the accents are legit, but there's this whole country theme going on in this one area and everybody talks like a redneck. And it's just weird seeing these very anime looking characters talk like this. And it's just real weird. So yeah, but
Sounds
it's
awesome.
I'm only an hour into it. The tutorial is a half hour.
Wow.
On how to do all the new battle systems and the way everything works.
The combat's real time this time, right?
The combat is real time. There is an option for what is it, the wait timer or whatever it is. So you can kind of take a second to breathe and see exactly what's going on and who's where and doing
kind
what.
of pause based real time.
Yeah, very slightly. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how it works.
Yeah.
Because it's tricky, but it's definitely a lot more frantic paced and a lot more going on, but it feels good.
Yeah, that's Dylan and I were talking yesterday about that. That's probably what's turned me off. When I was 12, I loved JRPGs. That was my jam. I loved turn-based. Yes, I'm gonna hit, and then I'm gonna do magic, and I'm gonna defend, and then we'll just do it over. And that just doesn't. I don't know why it doesn't do it for me anymore. I love real-time combat, or I love turn-based combat. Like that kind of middle ground just doesn't interest me. So when I saw that this was real time, and apparently it doesn't matter if you've ever played any other Final Fantasy or any of the recent ones, it's kind of self-contained. That really intrigues me. I think it sounds fun.
Yeah, it says I think it even on the splash screen on the title scene it says a fantasy for new and old fans alike or something like that. It's like in their actual games. So they're really obviously pushing hard for everybody
To bring it
to
in
kind
the
of be into
audience.
it.
Yeah, every review I've read too says
And it's pretty
great.
accessible. Like it's
Yeah.
not. I have a hard time with the Final Fantasy games personally, just because I've always wanted to be an RPG guy, but have never really been able to commit to it. Just
Yeah.
because I lose interest after 5-6 hours. I'm like, oh, it's the same surprise battle of the same 3 things and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. This has got my attention.
Well, that's actually another thing that I kind of turned away from. I dislike surprise battles. There's nothing I hate more than trying to get somewhere and this thing just popping
You're
out
like
and
2 pixels away from the next town,
right,
and boom.
Yeah,
Exactly.
At least in something like Skyrim, I can choose whether or not to go attack that castle or attack that group of things or attack that,
Right.
And if something attacks me, I can just run away,
Right.
So it'll be interesting. I'm very interested to see how you like that versus Skyrim, or how you like Skyrim, because Skyrim's a very, very Western RPG. But you played Fallout too.
Yeah, I
or
played
Fallout 4 as
I played
well.
Fallout 3 and 4.
Yeah, so
but
you're familiar
again,
with the systems.
I never. Fallout 4 for me was just, I really liked it, and it's beautiful, and there's a lot going on, but there is so much going on in
Yeah.
that game that it, like, the whole building your town or settlement or whatever, like, that was just too much for me to grasp.
For that part.
So,
It was nice that it was optional.
yeah, you don't have to do it.
I got maybe 30, 35 hours into Fallout 4 and really, 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 really liked it. And then kind of realized, like, good Lord, this could be another 150 hours of game. It's, it's not that it's too much. It's just that at some point in time, I have to choose whether I want to play that or something else, or if I'm just going to play Fallout for the rest of my life. So, but if you like, when you played Fallout 4, were you a VATS guy? Did you do the pausing stuff where you can choose?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Skyrim is very different than that. And that was actually the thing I liked most about Fallout 4 is that you didn't have to use VATS. Fallout 3 was very VATS heavy, and it's not something I like. So
Yeah, you don't have to use it, but I thought it was. I'm like, I'm going to blow this guy's head off.
But I did some of the time too. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely times for VATS. So I don't know. Skyrim was super fun. Dylan liked it as well, I think. So we'll see. I'm excited for you.
Well, then you'll also be excited to know what I'm also playing, which is something I think we've all been playing. Is now a good time for that?
Oh, let's talk about that.
Ooh, it's called Inside.
God, it's so good. And then we're talking about this game as if it came out yesterday, and in fact, it came out
It came out in January.
Yeah, a year ago. I remember the first time I heard about it, I think it was on the PC Gamer podcast, and literally they did a spoiler cast of it. And I avoided listening to that episode for 6 months because I'm like, oh, I don't want to get it spoiled because it's so good. And literally 3 weeks ago, I'm just never going to listen to that episode. I'm never going to play this game. So I deleted it and then played the entire thing this weekend.
Nice.
And so I'm finished with it, and you guys are both about halfway.
I think I'm about halfway through.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you're further than Adam because you've played about an hour, right?
Yeah, I'm about an hour and a half.
And I would say you're probably 2.5.
2.5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, so we won't talk about it too much because it's really a game that you can't. I mean, the problem is you can't talk about it much at all without spoiling. Literally, a half hour past where you are, everything changes. It's so good. It's so good. It's gorgeous. It's
freaky, man.
It's super. It's dark. I played it for 15 minutes. I'm like.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess to start out, you're a kid. I mean, and you're definitely a kid.
Oh yeah.
I mean, 12 maybe, 10, 12.
Yeah. I'm guessing 10ish.
And I think Adam put it best. He's, you start running as this kid, and I see this car full of adults. You're like,
Right?
they can help me, right?
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
So when you started it, did you when you start walking, did you see the truck with the lights?
Yeah.
Did you think, maybe I should step out and see what's going on? Did you do that, or
No,
were you
'cause
smart
I'm
enough
like,
to realize?
those lights don't. I don't want to be in the lights. I don't
Yeah,
want
okay.
to see me.
See, I didn't. I was like, I wonder what
They
happens.
looked real mysterious.
Yeah, and
so-
I had the same reaction that Dylan did, but my kid those guys will help you. I'm like, no, they won't.
Yeah. See, I look for the good in everybody, and I'm like, oh, those adults, they're going to be nice to me.
And you know what happened to Adam? He got shot.
Me. I got shot. Well, so I got shot once by the guy getting out of the truck, and then I thought, oh, I'm going to run back this way to hide behind. Nope. Then this other person came up and shot me there.
Yeah.
So, but it just kind of threw me for a loop because there's no setup to the game.
None.
There's nothing. It just
No intro, no
it's
anything.
there.
You just start.
I love that.
Yeah.
Literally,
Right.
you press start and you're in the game.
Yeah.
You don't save. You don't do anything like that. You just play and you turn it off when you're done.
And that's the thing I will say about the story is that there's a definite story to this game.
Okay.
A story without any dialogue, a story without any text, a story when you get to the end, we'll talk about it, and we won't talk about it here because no one should not no one should have this game spoiled for them. But
I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly where this goes, why this is going on. I mean, I don't get it, but it's interesting seeing. It's interesting the way the aesthetic of the whole game,
right?
Like that art style is so cool.
Art style is gorgeous.
So pretty, like running through this puddle or running through this shallow river or whatever, creek or muddy whatever in the rain.
Have you guys played with the sound up too?
Yeah, I turned off all the lights and turned the surround sound up.
Yeah, you've got to. The sound design is so damn good.
Well, so I had it. I was playing on my laptop, and what I also like about it too, one of the things about PC games that always threw me for a loop was the whole keyboard control thing.
Sure.
I never got used to that or learned how to do it.
It takes work.
This is great because it's the arrow keys and the control button.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
No control. You don't have to worry about, or you can use controller if you want. But that was great because I was sitting there on the couch. Final Fantasy 15's over here, and I'm playing this, and the dog barking in the freaking game. My dog was asleep on the end of the couch, and she heard that, and it was high alert. She thought it was go time.
Yep. My wife said the same thing.
Out.
She's like, "You turn up the sound of the game, so I have to listen to other dogs besides ours barking." I'm like, "No." The dogs threw me though, man. The first time a dog chases you and literally runs you down and breaks your neck, I'm like, I just killed a 12-year-old, and then it happened again. I'm like, I just killed a 12-year-old again.
Right. The area where you're kind of walking in line.
Yeah.
So that took me a second to figure it all out, but I figured it out and got through it. But then you get through to the next room, and there's that dog in the back, and it sees you, and it knows you're not. There's something up, and it chases you. And I'm going to jump across this chasm into the next building, and the dog caught me, and I was so freaked out, I screamed.
Yeah.
I literally screamed. It was 11 o'clock at night. Everybody, my roommates were asleep. The dog was asleep. Kevin's playing the game, and I've got headphones on. And the dog caught me, cracked me, and I screamed like a little baby.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It's the ways you die in that game are spectacular. You've gotten hit by the like electric prod thing.
Oh yeah, it's like a
harpoon gun.
Yeah.
It's
an electrified harpoon
and
gun.
every single time I die, I feel terrible. I just got a little kid killed, and I don't know why he's there, and he doesn't know why he's there.
But he's dead.
Right? And he's real dead. It's crazy. And I can tell you, I'm so excited for you guys because I was so excited playing it. It's so good.
Got it.
And obviously, we're not the only ones that think this game's good because it's.
Yeah, this game, I mean, little indie. I mean, granted, it's the same people that made Limbo, so it's not like they're not.
It's not their first time.
Yeah, it's not their first rodeo exactly. But I mean, it's up for what 5-6 awards at the Game Awards tomorrow.
Yeah,
I mean,
so you guys know more about that than I do.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
And not just any awards, but it's
Game of the Year
possibility.
And I mean, it is not. There are a lot of people that say it should be Game of the Year, and after playing it, I mean, it's crazy that you could fit that much game into 4 or 5 hours. And like I said, no dialogue, no anything, just terrific music, terrific gameplay. It's so solid. Like we were talking about that earlier. So I beat Limbo this weekend too, which is dumb because I apparently had beat like 85% of Limbo and just never played like the last 25 minutes of the game. But I went back to my save. I'm like 80% really. But I started over, and Limbo is great, but it's a game that came out 6 years ago. 2010, it just does not feel as solid.
Right.
Like it's amazing, but there were a lot of times I died because I'd hit jump and it just wouldn't jump right or jump quick enough or jump. But man, Inside I never felt like I died because the game did something wrong. It was every time I died it was because I did something really stupid. And
it kind of reminds me. I asked Kevin if he remembered. To give you an idea of Kevin, I was like, so did you ever play the original Prince of Persia game?
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, yeah. And I said, this reminds me a lot of the Prince of Persia game. Well, no, to Kevin, the original Prince of Persia
Sands of Time
was Sands of Time. And I'm all, no, I'm talking about DOS back in the 80s. Yeah. Did you ever play the original Prince of Persia?
Sands of Time is for him, too.
Oh, wow.
He's like, yeah, they made a movie off of that, right?
Yeah, no, it's a different one. Yeah. But it reminds me a lot of that, where nothing's explained to you. You're dropped into this world, and it's that very methodical movement and a very certain type of atmosphere that it tries to set forth in the way it's presented. And Inside reminds me a lot
Yeah.
of that. Like, I died 100 times in Prince of Persia trying to get over that stupid grate.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
And I mean, I think the thing about it too is I never felt like I got cheated when I died. Yeah,
and see, with Prince of Persia, I always felt like I got cheated.
Yeah. And there were times in Limbo, I mean, like I posted something to our Twitter where I showed me dying like 15 times trying to get up on this platform. And it wasn't that it was cheap, it was just that it was so exacting. Like you had to do everything exactly right. And there were so many steps that you just died over and over and over again. And once you missed a step, you just had to kill yourself. And that was kind of, it wasn't bad, but like, oh my God, I died a lot in that game.
Right.
But in this one, it's
a little more forgiving.
It's not really more forgiving. Like I think it's a little easier, honestly, too. But every time I died, it made me think like, okay, so I tried that. I'm missing something. It's not that the game hasn't given me everything I need to beat this. It's that I haven't figured out the right way to use it.
Right.
And I think that was really, it felt very fair, with the exception of one puzzle that we won't talk about because you're not there yet. Yeah. But I will tell you this, the most gruesome way you can die in this entire game is when you're climbing up a ladder that has a cage around it and you get hit by
an air blast.
Oh yeah, you were saying.
You just turn into little teeny bits of kid. Right? And if you don't cheat on how to beat that part, you'll turn into little bits of kid 15, 20,
and by
25
cheating,
times.
Look up a way to get through it.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
I wish that I couldn't do it.
It took me about 6 tries.
Yeah, I had to.
Did you figure it out, or did you give up and look?
I figured it out.
Yeah,
okay.
I had to look.
It was pretty quick to figure out how, but it's tricky to
like execute it.
Just the execution of it.
Okay.
I think it's the one place in that game where the developer very purposely put something there to lead you the wrong direction.
Which is good, because I mean that game's about like doing something wrong, and then you learn really quickly whenever you do something wrong how to actually solve that puzzle, which is very satisfying. You're like, oh, dang it. But
well, it's also, I mean, it also fits with the whole idea of the game from what I've garnered anyway, is that it's like you've broken free from this thing that's, or whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but all these other people are following it, or they're part of this system, and you've broken free. So it's like, if you threw something in there to kind of lead you one way, you're like, okay, well, that's what everybody else is doing. I'm going to go this way. So it kind of fits with the idea of the game.
You know what I'll say?
So far.
Maybe.
Man, dun dun dun. Oh yeah. So anyway, so we love that game.
God, that's so good. You guys want to talk about the Video Game Awards now?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So, Game Awards. So, Thursday night, I'm going to be live tweeting it. There's a billion different places to watch it. I watched it last year. It's really, really, really fun. Not just because it's got that kind of award show huzzah to it, but there's tons of announcements during it too. So
you'll
get
Spike TV.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it was last year. I assume it is this year too. There's tons of. I mean, it's just like any E3 or whatever. A lot of people will announce there. I know Rocket League's announcing something because I follow them a little bit. A little bit. But there'll be tons of game announcements. It's a cool thing to watch. We'll just run through the who's doing what this year though. Game of the year is Doom, Inside, Overwatch, Titanfall 2, and Uncharted. Doom was supposed to be great. I haven't played it. I really.
That's another one I've got. Hey, no, I love that game, but I didn't know. I wouldn't have. I don't know if I'd have said Game of the Year.
The single player is supposed to be incredible. I haven't played it yet. What's crazy to me is Uncharted is nominated in 7 different categories, and I mean I think there's only 10 or 12. And it's, yeah. So, I mean, but the same thing. Titanfall 2's, I think, in 4 or 5. Doom's in a couple. Inside's in 5. Overwatch is in 5. I mean, based on the Game Awards this year, you would think that literally only 15 games were released this entire year, as opposed to, I don't know, I think there's 10 games released on Steam a day nowadays. So it's real AAA heavy, which is okay. I mean, with the exception of a couple indie games. But, you know.
I like that Inside is nominated for Game of the Year because it's such a.
I'd love to see it win Game of the Year. I think it's going to be really, really, really. I don't know exactly how voting works on this, to be completely honest.
Well, you can show your support on Facebook or Twitter.
I could show my support.
On the website.
Yeah. It would be hard to beat Overwatch, and I think it would be hard to beat Uncharted, but it would be great to see it win.
Is Overwatch that good?
Overwatch is if you like team-based shooters, it's probably the best one I've ever played. It's super well balanced. It's graphically gorgeous.
It's just cool. Like the art style's cool, unique.
Yeah, the level design's
characters,
great. The variety of
the
characters
skill
great.
ceiling.
Like that's what I
there's-
heard. Like the balance was ridiculously good.
incredible.
It's the most well balanced, perfectly balanced
And-
game from what I've been told.
It really is, and I'm terrible at it, and I love it.
But it doesn't matter what class you pick. Like if you're going to be the healer, the damage character, the tank, the defense characters, like there's enough variety within those characters where this one's easier to use. But once you're better at the game, there's a character that has a higher skill ceiling that you can practice at and do way cooler stuff if you put the time in and effort.
Yeah.
But you can also really enjoy the game and be competitive playing certain characters that fit
Yeah,
with your
I can
style.
play being really, really bad and still feel like I'm making a contribution to it.
So and it's completely team based. There's no single player
Correct, yeah.
type of anything.
Yep.
So I'm the kind of guy that when I play a first person shooter anyway, I don't think about what's about to happen. I just go running in guns blazing and praying for the best, hoping I don't get blown away.
There's a character for
What
you.
character would I be?
Ooh. You'd probably be good with any of the like traditional kind of attack characters, or even like a. The problem is I can picture what they look like in my head,
Yeah,
but I can't
Soldier
remember.
76 is your
Soldier
straightforward,
76.
I've played a shooter before.
Uh-huh.
They made a character specifically for that.
But I think
He has
any
an
of the-
assault rifle. He has a missile launcher. He
Yeah,
has
I'm sold. I wanna
he has
be
a
that.
healing
Yeah.
bubble and a sprint button.
Probably any of the big tank characters too would be good, or Bastion even.
Yeah.
Like, I think isn't the answer for everything in that game like if you don't know what to do, just choose Bastion.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. I was
Just
just
sets
I'm
up
just
as
curious.
a turret or
Yeah, but I mean, big, huge guy with the hammer. Reinhardt would be cool. He's got a cool shield and big hammer. He can hit things.
I'm into it.
I mean, what you're gonna do is you're gonna look at all the characters and be like, "That one looks cool. I want to play that one."
Yeah.
and you
Okay.
figure it out.
Yeah.
because,
Okay.
And the cool
like,
thing about the game too is it's a game that rarely do I play the same character for an entire match either, because there are different characters that are better at different parts of the game. If you're attacking, you're going to play someone else. If you're defending something, you're going to be playing something else. So it's oftentimes where I'll switch characters throughout the game too.
or something's
So,
not working because you're matched up against an opponent that's just kicking your butt, and you're like, "Well, this character's not." Just as a poor match against this team.
Yep.
So
Okay.
maybe we need to change
Yep.
our team dynamic.
You said Kevin plays it?
Yeah, Kevin plays. My friend Victor plays. My friend Brian plays competitively. My friends Will and Michael, I believe they play. Like everybody I know plays this freaking game.
So you got a team right there. You just need 6
Well,
people.
they're all on PC.
Oh, you have a PC.
Yeah, but I've never been good at the whole.
The game's cheaper on a PC too.
Yeah, but I've never been good at the whole mouse keyboard.
And you can use a
thing.
controller.
Okay, well I guess
You
I'm
won't be
gonna
as good, but
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
well, I
see
mean,
about that.
it's just not as fast.
I just might be better at
You
it
won't
than
be.
you think.
You won't be.
You can't aim faster than
Yeah,
me
with
a
no
mouse.
auto aim, it's really hard. But I mean, you could play. There's nothing stopping you.
Except
Prove
for
them wrong.
Prove me wrong, Adam.
I don't like defeat, so
It's a super fun game though, and the nice thing
It
is on the
looks
PC,
fun.
it's actually like $20-$30 cheaper than it is on the Xbox. So
okay.
it's worth
The
it.
PlayStation 4.
Whatever.
Okay, fine. So back to the game nominees because that one's nominated all over the place too.
Right? Yeah. Best game studio, which is kind of a weird one: Blizzard, DICE, ID, Naughty Dog, Respawn. It'll probably be Blizzard, but they're all good choices. I mean, again, all of these things are nominated somewhere else: Overwatch, Battlefield, Doom,
Right.
Uncharted, and Titanfall. I mean, all those things are nominated multiple times. So I don't. That could really go any way, but it almost doesn't matter.
For funsies, I just clicked on the best VR game. I didn't realize that was a category,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I guess that's brand new now.
And you've played at least a couple of those. Thumper and
What's funny is they're all on the PlayStation VR.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yep.
So I've got Thumper, I've got Res Infinite, and then I've played the Eve Valkyrie demo
Yeah.
and the Job Simulator demo. Job Simulator, don't really get it. It's just really kind of weird, but it's that quirky.
Literally, the only reason my
Thing.
kid wants VR is because he wants to play Job Simulator. I don't understand it
Wants
at
to know
all.
what it's like. What do you do?
Daddy,
Dad,
is this what you
every
do all day?
I'm like, kid, wait 7 years. You'll never want to play Job Simulator again.
Right? Yeah, because I remember seeing like in the demo and or before I got the VR, everybody's like, "Oh, this Job Simulator thing, it's great. You can do blah 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 blah." Why would I want to
Why
do
do I
that?
care?
Right.
Like, I got off of work to come home and
Work more.
And pretend I'm working.
Yeah, to pretend I'm working.
and quite
On my
frank-
PS4.
And quite frankly, my real job's way more fun than the jobs they're simulating.
But I mean, at least in Job Simulator, you can take your coffee mug and throw it at somebody.
Right?
Can't really do that
guess-
in the office.
Okay,
That's
that's
not
down
strictly
upon.
true. I have 2 people in my office that I can throw a coffee mug at. And they both work for me. I don't think they're going to call HR.
I won't.
I think
See?
we need to test that theory out.
Tomorrow I'll chuck a coffee mug just randomly in the office. We'll
Sorry,
see if it
Erica.
works.
It's all you, girl. So, yeah.
Narrative's fun. I like that one. The Inside is again nominated for narrative, and it's so strange for a game that literally has no narrative. It's nominated for best narrative, but after beating it, it totally makes sense. Firewatch is one that I really, really, really want to play, and I own it and haven't. But I hear that it's amazing narratively. Mafia 3 was cool because it had that kind of like it actually is one of the very few games ever that deals with race relations in a video game, which I think is really interesting.
Okay.
It's set in the 60s, and you play as a black guy, and that is impactful.
In New Orleans.
In New Orleans, yeah.
So-
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, I don't know about these things. I've
Auction-
heard of the game plenty. I've seen the previews and or
Looks
the
great.
trailers and whatever. I just
Although I've
never-
actually heard it's not great.
Yeah,
I've heard it's
yeah,
good.
The story's
Okay.
great, but
The implementation's
there's a
kind of
lot
bad.
of superfluous things that you probably don't.
I hear it's very
about.
Assassin's Creedy, where you like, here's
I
my
know,
map, and there's a
fetch-
million things to go fetch.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That's kind of like Infamous.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, now that you've unlocked this city, go do all this crap.
Yep.
But
yeah.
I'm a superhero, so I don't care.
It's
Yeah,
all
I know,
good,
right? You
yeah.
get to blow shit up with your
Yeah.
hands. It's fun.
Oxenfree is another one that I own and really, really, really want to play and have not, but I hear
Like
it's
Ollie
great.
Ollie?
I think so,
Ollie, ollie,
but
ollie.
not really. And then Uncharted again, 7 freaking nominations.
Jeez.
Best art direction, Abzu. Oh god, I would have a hard time just based on the games I've played. I've played 4 of the 5: Abzu, Firewatch, Inside, Overwatch, and Uncharted. I would have such a hard time choosing art direction on this because Abzu is absolutely gorgeous.
Is it underwater?
It is all underwater.
Oh, okay.
It was not nominated for best soundtrack, and that is a crime because the soundtrack is so good. Inside is visually gorgeous. Overwatch is visually gorgeous. That's just a hard one to pick. I'm really excited about, like, at some point in time I need to play Uncharted because this game's got to be incredible. And I've never played
seen
any
people
of
play
them.
it.
They're
and
so
it's-
good. I mean,
You've never played any of them?
I guess I did have a PS3. I don't know why I've never played any of them, but
weird.
I've got
I'll just
Uncharted
give them all to
2.
you.
perfect.
Yeah, well, you saw the picture that I sent
Yeah.
the other day when I reset everything up.
Adam
so
has a problem and a PS2 hooked up for some reason.
Well, it's not a problem. It's just these are things that I've collected over the years
Yeah.
that I don't let go of, like that stuff. I'm not a guy who sells my old. The only
Yeah.
thing I've sold, oddly enough, was my original Wii.
Oh, sure.
So I sold that just because I'm like, okay, it's quirky, it's weird, it's not my kind of thing. It's for super, super, super casual, like more casual than me.
yeah.
But so anyway, I was making a face at some of these nominees. So when you said best soundtrack.
Yeah. Which is
And-
our next category.
Oh, okay. So
Best
go
music.
ahead and read them off.
Battlefield 1, Doom?
Okay, Doom the soundtrack's ridiculous.
Is
so
it?
good.
Really?
So good. Oh god, yeah.
Really?
Like thrash electro metal just blaring in your ears while you blow shit up.
All right, I'll try that.
I mean, you're
It's-
on Hell and Mars, so
Yeah, it's like
Yeah. I can
Seems
get
it's like
behind that.
if you're a dude that drinks like, well, either a lot of Mountain Dew Code Red.
I do.
Okay, well there you go. You're gonna love it. This is
Excellent.
gonna be your jam. Totally.
drink your red drink and get on Mars.
Right.
What kind of guy, like, if you sit there drinking ginger ale like Dylan is? What's your game?
PGA 2016 with Tiger Woods.
Probably not with Tiger Woods.
Well, I don't know. Unless there's hookers, maybe. I don't know.
maybe.
Yeah, I
Who
think
knows?
He got eliminated from that.
Yeah, he doesn't play that anymore.
Aw.
Res Infinite and Thumper. I've heard Thumper's fun.
Okay, so I've got
Soundtrack
both of
wise,
those.
yeah.
I got both of those. Res Infinite is great. The music does switch up, obviously, but Thumper. That's why I made a face when I saw.
Oh,
Thumper.
right, because you said it's just like one song.
It's the same beat. It's
Yeah.
just a beat. That's all it is throughout
Yeah.
the entire game. And don't get me wrong, it's a lot of fun, and especially in VR with it wrapped around your head, it's amazing to look at.
Yeah.
But you're on a single track with a single track playing.
Yeah.
Nothing changes. The change comes in, the noises you make when you hit certain, obstacles or get around certain turns. But it's all the same noises
Yeah.
adding to this singular drum beat. And it's like this weird tribal dun, 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 dun,
Oh.
dun. That's all it is.
Hmm.
So
not best
no,
soundtrack.
not at all.
Yeah, and
That's why I
Inside.
stopped playing it.
Oh, lame. Inside's an interesting choice for me because I wouldn't say that game. I mean, it definitely has a soundtrack, but the soundtrack is, and it's an amazing soundtrack. But it's not like I have a hard time imagining it's a soundtrack you could like listen to.
Yeah,
But it's cued so well. I don't know if I've ever played a game that used music to heighten like your anxiety of what you're about to do. Like, I mean, you go into somewhere scary and all of a sudden the music, I mean, it's like it's like a movie. I mean, it's the soundtrack is to that game like a movie is. And I don't know if I've ever played another game that matched like emotion and scariness and the soundtrack so well together. So like I said, if Abzu can't be on here, which it totally should be because it's so freaking good. Austin Wintory is amazing. That is pretty amazing.
Good to know.
Yeah. If you haven't listened to that soundtrack, it's great. It's on Spotify. I really recommend it.
Okay.
The guy who did it too, did like all the Banner Saga games.
Oh.
I think he did Journey too.
Ooh.
I think.
I like Journey. Did you play? Oh, have you played Journey?
No.
Buy Journey. If you've never played Journey, get it. It's worth.
Is it on the PS4?
Yeah.
It was one of the PlayStation Plus games.
Yeah,
like
but
last
it was
month, the month before.
Oh, I thought that was only on the PS3.
Nope.
Oh,
PS4 and
interesting.
PS3. Yep.
Very cool.
So I nabbed that sucker, and it's awesome.
Very nice.
And it's one of those where you can just play, and you don't really have to. There's not a lot of thought to it. It's just very atmospheric.
That's
It's
cool.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
next category is best performance by actors, and I literally have not played any of these games. I hear it, and quite frankly, like it. There's six people nominated, I think, and I think it's
3 of them
mostly
are Uncharted.
Firewatch, and mostly if it's not Firewatch, it's Uncharted. So literally, there's 2 people from Firewatch. There's
3 from
3
Uncharted.
from Uncharted. So apparently, those were very well acted games.
Yeah. If you play Uncharted, you'll understand.
Okay.
Can't believe you've never played.
I know, right?
It's
Single one
like,
of them.
I mean, similar to GTA 5, like that level of choreography.
Production value.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just so cinematic when you see, and with Uncharted, the cutscenes move flawlessly to the gameplay.
Nice.
There's no like all of a sudden you're like,
Oh, I can
oh,
control this now?
I'm
Yeah.
playing. Like you'll sit there watching your character just stand for a while, and you'll be like, oh, I'm supposed to play now.
that's great. Yeah, I need
Like,
to.
That happens frequently.
I need to make that happen. And the funny thing was, I had a PS3, and really 90% of the time that was just a DVD player for me, or a Blu-ray player.
Yeah,
really.
that was my Blu-ray player. too,
Yeah,
but-
that's why I bought it. Is I wanted a Blu-ray player, and it was cheap and it was good. Not cheap, but cheapish.
Cheap light.
Yeah, it was
At the
really
time, it
expensive
was
actually,
more
but it was
affordable than
was
Blu-ray players.
Yeah, exactly. So. I just never played much. I played a couple games on it, just never did much. Next one is games for impact, and literally again, I've not played any of these, but I have heard that I've heard of that Dragon Cancer, and I purposely skipped it because I don't have any urge to play a game, as far as I can tell, that was just made to make me cry. That sounds awful. So
Oh.
it's literally a game developed by a guy whose kid died of cancer, and it's like the story of that journey. I'm like, that sounds absolutely terrible.
Yeah, not my thing.
Like, I've almost bought
hey.
it just because I think a lot of the money to it goes towards like cancer research and stuff. So it supports good causes.
Well, then
but,
that's cool.
But at the same time, like, I've seen things on it there. It sounds absolutely terrible. It sounds absolutely terrible.
Like, not terrible in quality of game.
Yeah, a terrific game that
Yeah.
literally I play games because I like to be happy, not because, or to de-stress or something. I don't need to be that guy sobbing at his computer. That's real.
We do that at work.
Right. Well, quite frankly, one of the other games I know Dylan bought this weekend was Ori and the Blind Forest. And he hasn't actually played it yet, so I won't say anything. But man, the first 15 minutes of that is like freaking up. It's it's hard. So,
excited.
yeah, it's good.
Get some feels.
Yeah, there are some feels there. Because I restarted playing it last night, and my kid was sitting next to me, and he's like, "I don't like this, Dad." I'm like, I don't like this much either.
Aw, poor kid.
Yeah, it was not good. Best indie game. We've got Firewatch again. I need to play that game.
Yeah,
it's super short. It's
I didn't
another
hear
like
about
5-6
this
hour
until-
walking simulator kind of
I don't
game.
even think it's that long from what I heard. I thought it was only like maybe 2 or 3.
Maybe, I don't know. It's short, but I
Yeah.
hear it's real good. So gotta make that a priority. Hyperlight Drifter, which I've heard is great, have not played. Inside.
Hyper Light Drifter is really cool.
Is it good?
I've seen a friend of mine playing it.
I think Hyper Light Drifter, it's been a reoccurring problem, or maybe not problem today, where I'll go look at a game like, hey, that game looks really cool. Oh, I own that already. It's
Do you
happened.
own it?
I don't know about Hyper Light Drifter, but there's been like 2 or 3 other games literally today where I'm like, oh, that game looks. Oh, hey, that's already in my Steam library. I might have a problem.
Nice.
But so that's cool. Inside again, I think we've talked about that. It's really good if you have not figured that out. If you don't
Does it just
already
win this
right
category because it's the only game on that list that's going to take Game of the Year? Maybe
I don't know, man. Because Stardew Valley is super good.
Looks like Farmville.
It is. It's actually
Okay,
very,
cool.
very much like Farmville.
Gotcha.
It's made by a single guy. He did everything with it over the last
one
5
man
years.
or a guy with no significant other.
One guy.
Ah,
Badoom ching.
jokes.
Do we have some sort of like
I'll add that in.
if you can
post.
add? Do
Yeah.
we need that though? Could we make this like a bad morning show where you can?
Hey,
Badoom-ch.
there's Dylan with the zinger of the day.
I love it. Literally made by one guy. He did all the art, did all of the coding, did all of the music, whole shebang. And it's just like Farmville or Animal Crossing. Real fun.
Okay. You own that one too?
I do own that one too.
All right.
I actually told Dylan I actually own, I think, 3 copies of that. So,
You own more than one
because
copy.
I bought it for myself and then I bought a copy for my kid and then I got a free copy in last month's Humble Bundle monthly. So,
Gotcha.
yeah. And then The Witness, which I mean could
Witness is
win
cool.
too. Yeah, it's I hear it's real good. So
Yeah, like I said, my only gripe with The Witness was there was no variety in the action. I mean, there was variety among ways to figure out the puzzles, but they were all the same type
Puzzle,
of puzzle,
yeah.
which is just drawing a line from here to there.
Yep. Yeah.
So size and overall way to figure it out, that all changed, but it was the same kind of
yeah.
thing. So that kind of irritated me.
It's on my list. I do own that one too, so I will be playing that at some point. I've actually been reading I'll get into my nerdy side from it. I actually was reading some developer journals from a guy.
Wait, this whole hasn't been our nerdy side?
This is my nerdy. I'm a programmer side. This might be you, Adam, because I have not played any of these mobile games.
I'm the only one that I've only played one of them.
Clash Royale, I know. I have a buddy who spent a huge amount of money playing that. Does that count?
That's sure.
You've played Pokemon Go. Everyone's played Pokemon
everyone.
Go.
I mean,
I haven't.
you two haven't played Pokemon Go?
I have seen it. I've been there when it has been played.
Oh, okay.
So
And you've never played?
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have played Severed. Severed was great. I picked that one because it's the only one that I played.
Pokemon Go, I mean, I would have liked to say I'd like them to win, but since they broke the game for rooted users,
Screw them.
I'm like, pfft,
Yeah.
I want my money back, and I want your game to burn in a fiery, fiery pit of death.
So Severed wins.
Yeah, Severed is
Perfect.
done.
It was real fun.
Or Monster Hunter Generations. I've never played it, but I'm gonna guess that's probably pretty slick because I've played
Monster
other Monster
Hunter's
Hunter
some good games. Yeah,
So yeah.
I agree. Best VR game?
Of these here, I'm probably gonna say either Eve Valkyrie or Batman VR.
I've heard such good things about Eve Valkyrie. But I've heard great things about Res Infinite. I've heard. I mean,
Res Infinite and Thumper, they're too repetitious, I think,
yeah,
for them to pull Game of the Year or VR game.
best VR game.
But Eve Valkyrie, I've only played the demo.
Yeah, liked
And
it though.
oh man, it's ridiculous because it's like in certain games like outer space flight sim type games, it's pseudo on the rails where you can't fly into
Yeah.
certain things. With this, no, that giant tanker ship or whatever that's firing on you, it's not just about evading it. You can actually run into the thing.
Nice.
So everything is intense.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But Batman Arkham VR, I've also heard a lot of good things about. A lot of good things. I haven't played that one yet.
Yeah, I've never played any of the Batman Arkham games. And I mean, there's like 5 or 6 of them now, or
Is there?
3 or 4 of them. I don't
Arkham
know.
Asylum, Arkham City,
Yeah, I don't know.
Arkham City.
Arkham.
Arkham. Yeah, there's a bunch of them though, and I've never played any of them. I hear they're
Origins.
terrific, and I haven't
Well, and
played
I've
any
told
of
you
them.
our one of the voiceover artists I work with was the voice of Poison Ivy in those.
Oh,
Arkham
you did?
games.
I forgot. Yeah.
So we'll
and
have
you
to
haven't
try and
played them
talk to
either.
her. I played the first one.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. It was really, really good.
Those games are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't played. You've played them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll give it a go. Best action games. Again, this is like the yeah.
Same list.
It's
Doom
the same
games.
list, yeah. Battlefield 1, Doom, Gears of War 4, Overwatch, Titanfall 2. You just got Gears, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna dive into Gears 4.
Yeah, I played it at
Hopefully
PAX.
pretty
It was
soon.
real fun. I don't know. That rarely is the kind of game I really like a hiding behind cover-based shooter. I don't know. They're fun, but like I have to really, really be in the mood, and I probably want to play that co-op. So
Gears of War.
Yeah.
So the
Although I
original
don't think Gears of War
was one
4
my
actually
favorites.
has co-op.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I
But
thought
I
I heard
remember
it.
playing the original Gears of War in split screen co-op.
Yeah, great
was a lot
fun.
of fun.
That's what I was telling Dylan the other day. I've probably played the first 4 hours of Gears of War 1 10 times just because we're like, dude, let's play something. Let's get some co-op. Oh, Gears of War. Yeah, let's do that again. I don't remember where we were last time we stopped playing. That was like 4 months ago. Let's just start over and then we'll beat the entire thing this time.
No.
Never.
But the first act's the best.
Is real fun.
It's
yeah.
so good in that game.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Has anybody played Titanfall 2?
No, I really, really want to. I don't want to play the online part, but I hear that the single player is so good. So
Okay.
I'll probably rent it and just blow through the single player.
You know, randomly, one game that I'm noticing is missing from here, which got a lot of, I think it was this past year, was it Xenoblade Chronicles or whatever on the Wii U?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it was? Xenosaga or something?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you are right. That came out, that's not Xenoblade Chronicles, because that came out in 2010.
Here we
No,
go.
they must have released it.
Xenoblade
for-
Chronicles X.
Yeah,
That's what it was. Oh, that came out last year.
last year.
Yeah,
it's-
okay.
Man,
I heard a lot of great things about that game, especially for it being on the Wii U, and it's a Wii U exclusive.
oh, sure.
So-
Maybe that was a mistake.
Yeah, but I always wanted to play it, but it was funny because you could download that game, and the Wii U maxes out in memory in 32 gigs on board,
Ooh.
like to download,
Yeah.
like storage space. And that, I want to say that if you downloaded it, if you preloaded it, it was like 28 gigs.
Oh, wow.
So it ate up just about everything.
And can you throw SD cards in
Yeah.
the Wii U?
You can look it up. You can do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, okay, curious. Sorry. Anyway, we can cut all that out because
no.
that's what we do.
I think that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, okay.
Best action adventure game, Dishonored 2, which that's mind-boggling to
good.
me that a game that was released like a week ago could be. I mean, like they really had time to try that out, but good on them. I hear Dishonored 2 is great though. Like it has been getting spectacular reviews. I played the first one and I liked it. Maybe
I
didn't.
think it needed a lot of work.
Yeah.
And hopefully that.
But I hear
they did.
2 is that.
Okay.
Hitman, which I have not played yet.
I've not played the new one.
It's great.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I discovered you were making fun of my PlayStation 2 earlier, sir. I have the Hitman 1, 2, and 3, or the Hitman Anthology,
Sure.
or whatever. I got
Yeah.
the box set for my PS2. Thank you. So I'll be playing that.
You're gonna turn the PS2 on.
I got my power cord because I hooked it all up and I'm like, oh crap, I can't find my power cord. Got on Amazon Prime and I have a power cord now.
Nice.
Mainly so I can play Amplitude.
Yes.
We talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Do you remember
love
the
a
original
good-
Amplitude?
He was 11. I love a good music game or
Yeah.
a good rhythm game.
Yeah. And what was cool, like we were talking, you said, oh, the new Amplitude's coming out in February. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care because I played the demo and the demo is full of crap filler
Yeah.
songs, at least in my opinion. I'm sure if, not that anybody who ever worked on that game is going to listen to this podcast.
They might.
They might. So I don't want to besmirch your talents, good sirs, but where did all the pop music go? Where did all the like major label stuff, where did it go? I get that it's a reboot and you're not, I don't think they're on a major label anymore
Yeah, I don't know.
or whatever, or a major developer, but still, like there was Pink, there was Run DMC, there was a David Bowie song, like, and that was a David Bowie, it was an original song for Amplitude, the game, with David Bowie. That's where all the original songs
I'm
were. That
sure
I liked.
that Adam just described the absolute reason I didn't like Guitar Hero Live
Yeah.
is because there was a Pink song and there was
So much pop. music.
so much. Where did all the good rock music
Okay,
go?
well that's good. Okay, so Guitar Hero, I can see.
Yeah.
I can see why you wouldn't want to jam out to Pink.
It was real
and
weird.
Rock
I like
Band
looked up and like, there's a
or Guitar Hero.
Rihanna song in Guitar
Yeah.
Hero. That's real weird.
That's ridiculous. But like the
Yeah.
the spacey.
You want some sort of real
aesthetic, you want
thumpity,
something.
poppy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
It
rhythm
fit
game.
really
You
well.
need some rhythm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, back to the best action adventure games.
Perfect.
What was that?
Dishonored, Hitman, Hyper Light Drifter again, which I need to try that out.
I heard it's like kind of like a Zelda game.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank, which I have not tried yet.
I want to play that so
I
bad.
really do as well.
And I want to see the movie.
It's really, really, really bad.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Sorry, man.
Aw,
Those are like my favorites.
Yeah, it was.
those games were so good.
They were
so
super
good.
good games. The movie was bad.
Well, poop.
Bad. My kid loved it, so I guess if you have the mentality of a 9-year-old, maybe. Adam may or may not have the mentality of a
think
9-year-old. I'm
Adam's
not sure what
going to
just
love
happened.
this
He just had a
movie.
stroke.
If we
We'll
go the
get
next
there.
category, you're gonna be like, oh,
Uncharted 4, oddly enough, was in this category as well because it's in all the
weird.
categories.
I think it's gonna win.
Best RPG. Dark Souls 3, is that what you were excited about?
Nope.
No. Deus Ex Mankind Divided?
Nope.
No. The Witcher 3?
Nope.
You should be, because oh my god, that game's good.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I've heard plenty of things about it.
It's so good. Hey, there you go. World of Warcraft? No. Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yeah, there it is.
It's an
That'd
RPG.
be awesome if it won.
That's just so
right?
random.
A Wii U game should win.
It really should, because it's the Wii U, man. Everybody loves the Wii U. Everybody should love the Wii U.
Yeah. No, the
Poor
Witcher
thing.
3, though, like, once you beat Skyrim, you should go play the Witcher 3, because, oh my god, it's another 2 hours of role-playing, but it is so damn
Another
good.
2 hours of role
200 hours
Oh,
of
there's
role-playing.
there's the 100.
The 200 hours. Oh,
Pretend you're someone else for 200 hours.
it is stunningly gorgeous, though. Stunningly gorgeous.
I've heard nothing but good things about it. Everybody talks about it.
The only negative thing I will say about it, and it's not really a negative, but there is so much just like, oh my God, there's naked people all over this. No, close your eyes, son. Like, because you'll just go into a scene. I'm like, oh, why is that person naked? Oh,
Well,
it's all good.
they didn't have clothes back in the day.
There's
don't
literally
know.
an entire
don't
scene
know.
where I'm like, that shirt's not appropriate for anyone to wear. Why would you be wearing?
I don't think they cared back then.
I guess not.
Well,
I
back
don't.
in what,
I
the
don't think this is.
1300s?
I'm pretty sure The Witcher is not set in this world, because
Well, in that
the
world,
Witchers
they
have
really
magic
don't
powers.
care.
I don't think so.
The moments there's witches and magic blasts being thrown at me, I could care
less.
what people are wearing.
It's not.
Just take it off.
It's not a problem. But
It's not going to stop you from my magic bullets.
It's. It mostly just makes that a game that I can only play at very certain points in time. Does anyone care about the best fighting game?
Kind of.
Oh, really? Huh. Killer Instinct Season 3?
Never played it.
Nope. King of Fighters
Didn't realize that was still a thing.
14, I guess, if
Yep.
I know my Roman numerals. Pokken Tournament, which looks like a
Pokken.
It's
Oh.
a Pokemon fighting game.
They
for the Wii U.
They made a Tekken Pokemon.
Yeah, it's actually. Have you played it?
I heard it's real good.
So Kevin insisted we get it. He played it for all of 5 hours, but it is probably one of the deepest fighting games, like style-wise and like control schemes. It's one of the most intense. Like, how long is the tutorial on how to fight in the different fighting styles for each one?
You're kidding.
Yeah, I'm going to say it was a solid half-hour tutorial.
Wow.
On how to fight and different things you can do. And it's really weird because it switches from a 3D arena where the camera's kind of behind your character. No, not even that. It switches anyway. It basically switches from 2D to 3D at various points in the game, and it's called a phase shift.
Huh.
And when you do I think it's a phase shift. When you do a phase shift, it switches into this weird 2D control scheme in a 3D plane. It's really weird.
Huh.
Really weird.
Yeah.
But it's super intense, and
I've been wanting to try it.
No, I feel bad that I mispronounced it.
Yeah.
If I'd seen Pikachu there fighting.
Oh, you mean the big yellow
I think
Pikachu
they
right
could,
next to
they
Pokken?
probably could have come up with a better name for it,
Yeah.
honestly. But
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5. I hear it's good.
I hear it's beautiful. Well, it was in. I got the.
It was terrible when it launched, but I hear it's gotten
Yeah.
better.
Well, and if you got the Capcom Humble Bundle,
I did.
so there's like a 45% discount.
I'm not going to pay any amount of money for Street Fighter 5.
Oh, but it's Street Fighter.
Yeah, the last fighting game I cared about was Virtua Fighter 2, and that was probably 20 years ago.
I'm holding out for the next Infamous.
Yeah.
Is there another one coming? I mean, there has to be.
I hope so.
There has to be.
Yeah. All right, best family game. I guess I'm the only person here that has a child. So Dragon Quest Builders, I hear is terrific. It is the only reason my kid wants a PS4. It sounds really fun though. Actually, it's like a mixture of like a role-playing game and Minecraft. Like you play as a character whose city has been destroyed, and so you have to do these different things to rebuild your city. At least the video for it looks really good. So, Lego Star Wars Force Awakens, I've played it. It's great if you like Lego games. I think the voice acting is a little dumb in it, but besides that, it's a lot of fun if you like those. I'm a little burned out on Lego games, but that's just because
I've still never seen the Lego movie.
Oh,
pretty
damn,
I know, I'm
Adam.
a terrible human being.
God, that movie is so freaking good. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Pokemon Go, it's lovely, I guess. It's kind of weird to call that a family game.
Yeah, that's
but
weird. But I guess I did
you go out with
is.
your family.
see dads escorting their children around, and they'd all be playing.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
Yeah, we would
at
go.
the car wash when I'm like trying to wash my car.
We would
And
walk.
there's like
I like
family,
that.
like,
He didn't see him at parks. He saw him at the car wash.
Yeah, right.
it was. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Like, oh, they're Pokemon going.
It was cool to see it. Like it hit at the exact same time like most of the festivals in Seattle's hit. So we'd see him out at all of the
Bumbershoot
Bumbershoot and Milk Carton Derby.
Yeah.
And it was cool. Ratchet and Clank again. None of us played it, but we all really, really, really want to.
Yep.
So, and then
I really want to.
Skylanders.
I played it the first time, so
Yeah, right. Skylanders Imaginators, I have heard, is actually not very good, and really, like DLC microtransaction-y for a game you have to pay money for. So
Yeah. Okay.
best strategy game, Civ 6. Hell
Done.
yes. I bought that this weekend and have not played it yet because my kid had my Steam account locked all weekend playing Planet Coaster. Fire Fates I've not played. Banner Saga 2 is really good though.
Okay, so I want to say Banner Saga I've played.
It's like a turn-based,
Like grid kind of.
set
Yeah.
in like kind of an Asian kind of thing, I believe.
No, it's Vikings.
Right, yeah, Vikings. Yeah. Whatever. They're
Asian Vikings.
they're-
Asian Vikings, if you will.
really, I mean, when you look at how close those things are together, it's a couple hundred miles maybe.
Right. So the one thing I don't like about that game is because I actually like that on a grid turn-based strategy kind of thing. There was a game I used to play back in the day. I think it was called Vandal Hearts on the PlayStation 2 or the original PlayStation. Really, really like that game, and I was kind of hoping Banner Saga 2 was going to kind of be like that,
Yeah.
and it is. But the one thing I don't like about it is you can't rotate the playfield
No.
to see where you're
things
at,
are.
and it
Yeah.
kind of throws off some of your strategy because I'm
Yep.
thinking, oh, I'm right next to this guy, and I'm going to get a really good, hit in, or can block this way, or use this, or do something. And I'm actually 2 or 3 spaces
Yeah.
off because I can't see
See
exactly
where
where
it
I'm at. That's the only gripe I've got about that game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's beautifully acted, and the voiceover is incredible. The music is
Another great soundtrack by Austin Wintory.
beautiful.
Love that dude.
So yeah,
It's a fun game. I've only played maybe a half hour of it, and I thought I would really enjoy it, and I just haven't gotten back to it yet. But it's a really cool idea, and I kind of dig for the longest time, I didn't like turn-based combat stuff, and it's really grown on me the last year or two. So Total War Warhammer, which is
I love Warhammer,
he loves Warhammer.
but
Haven't played
is
that one
that
yet.
a shooter?
No, these are all strategy games.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, Warhammer's the Warhammer universe. It's full of orcs
it's a
and
tabletop game. That's been around for
Oh,
30
because
years,
there's a shooter game that's like a free to play. It's War or something.
There
They
could be they have
made
a lot
they made like
many.
15 Warhammer games last year.
Oh.
I really want to play Warhammer Vermintide. I don't. The name is way
just sounds
longer
like
than
fun.
that. You are.
Left 4 Dead, but you're
It's
fighting
Left 4 Dead,
rats.
except you're like rats. It looks
Okay,
real fun.
I'm into it.
Yeah, mostly I just didn't play it because I don't know 3 other people that own it, and I don't want to like play with casuals. That sounds awful.
Filthy casuals.
Yeah,
Thanks.
filthy casuals.
Wow.
No, not
Thanks,
not
guys.
not as a casual
Thanks.
gamer. Casuals as I don't know these people.
Strangers.
Yeah,
Also known
strangers.
as strangers.
Yep.
Stranger danger.
I hate strangers. That's why I'm in an ever consuming thing to try and find a third person to play Rocket League with me, because then I won't have to play with strangers anymore.
We just need to work out a time that
I know, right?
Get on that.
Is
clock at the
6:30 to
same time.
9:30 in the morning on Saturday or Sunday good for you? XCOM 2 is the last one in that bit, and I want to play it a lot, but I don't want to pay $60 for it.
Yeah.
So
I've been curious to try those. My
yeah,
buddies roll into it,
XCOM
so.
2 is a game that I'm going to play eventually when it gets cheap enough, because I don't think I'll like it enough to pay full price, but whatever. Best sports racing game? I don't care. Does anyone else care?
What's that?
I hear FIFA 16 was great, whatever.
Oh,
Forza Horizon's a car racing game, whatever.
Yeah, no.
Best multiplayer game. This is our last category, and you'll be shocked to find out that it's Battlefield 1, Gears of War 4, Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege. That's new.
Oh.
Titanfall 2, and Overcooked. I'm going to vote for Overcooked because Overcooked is the most fun-looking game that I have not played. It's a kitchen, so it's each one of you has you have to make food, and each one of you has a thing you have to do, and you play it with multiple people, and if one person screws up, it can screw up the entire thing. It's
like
apparently
working. So again, it's like working in a real kitchen.
yeah.
That's great.
Apparently, it's one of those multiplayer games that if you really, really want to find a way to hate all your friends, that's the way to do it.
That's exactly what I'm looking for.
A way to hate your friends.
Right. Nice.
All right. I think we're done with the Video Games Awards, except that we will be seeing who wins, and maybe we'll talk about that later. Although my guess is it's going to be Uncharted 4, Uncharted 4, Uncharted 4,
Inside,
Uncharted 4. It'll be interesting to see how that pulls out.
I really want that Xenosaga
Right.
Chronicles X or whatever, Xenoblade
He
Chronicles
doesn't
X.
know the name of it. He just wants that
I
Wii
know.
U game to
I
win.
just remember that it was just such a huge thing when it launched, and everybody was like, all the Wii U owners, like, who really, really love their Wii U's, were like, "Oh, it's the best thing ever."
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Plus, I want the Wii U to win something, man,
anything
other
at this
than
point.
like
They got two chances, so
Worst selling
equivalent to a
console
Razzie.
of yeah.
Oh man,
Poor things,
thing.
right? I think we're going to talk about Watch Dogs 2's next, and a vague amount of controversy over Watch Dogs and their fully rendered genitals.
I'm down with the fully rendered genitals. I don't know about y'all. I'm good with it.
Mostly, I just wanted to use the phrase "fully rendered genitals" on a podcast. That was the only reason I wanted to add this as a subject. Yeah, let's.
Yeah,
no.
And thanks for joining us.
Right.
Have a great week.
The thing that really got me on this was the uproar in Watch Dogs 2 is that there are certain characters that literally have I think it's just the women, and it's just certain character models have, like, if you blow them up and their skirt falls the wrong way, like, it's all there's
crotch.
See. There's lots of crotch. But what no one's talking about, like, I mean, this is a big enough deal that they issued a patch, they issued a public apology, but no one's really said, like, in order to see this, you need to blow people up. It's not like there are people walking down the street flashing you. It is you get a bunch of people, you blow them up with a rocket launcher or whatever.
And you might see one.
And their body parts are laying on the ground and you might see something. Like, that is absolutely insane to me. And I mean, to be frank though, like, I'm very hypocritical of that. I'm playing The Witcher 3 and my kid's sitting next to me playing some other game watching it. I'm slicing and dicing people, blood's going everywhere. It's a horrifically violent game. And I'm like, oh God, boobies. Don't look.
Right.
I mean, it's like the most American thing in the world.
But at what point can we just, like, slap an M-rated sticker on it and be like, that's the game?
Well, and
I mean, they do that with movies. There's an R rating on it, so you know what's probably going to be here.
Right? Yeah. And I think that the reality is I mean, Watch Dogs is M-rated. Part of the M rating is partial nudity. I mean, they on purpose have nudity in that game. It's just the accidental nudity that they don't like.
Oh, surprise, there's vagina.
Right? And my actual guess would be is that if they put that in the game, it would probably get an AO rating. Like, if they purposely put that in the game, it would probably get an AO rating. And that's a death nail.
So exactly how did that get into the game if it wasn't done purposefully?
What I've heard, and I don't know if it's true or not, is that in games of this size, obviously you have hundreds of background characters, right? You're rendering a fully made. I mean, this is set in San Francisco, so people live there, for better or worse. Yeah, that's what I hear. And so you've got all these just background people walking. You play GTA 5. There's so many people walking, and they need dozens and dozens and dozens of different character models for those. And so instead of employing people to make those, a lot of the times they'll just buy essentially like stock character models off of a marketplace and, maybe, play with them a little bit and then slap them into the game. And so the overwhelming theory is they bought a stock model that was, I don't know what game that was meant to go in.
That's funny.
Yeah, and slapped it in and then found out later that, if you blow that model up wrong, they can ragdoll and give you, a crotch shot in the game. So
that's great. That's realistic.
Right? I mean,
right?
Like, what would be worse? Like,
otherwise, you're just blowing up mannequins.
Like, the skirt flies up and it's just like
a Barbie doll.
Like, that takes me out of the experience.
Well, and I mean,
not real.
actually, though, that's kind of like, I mean, one of the things you can do in Skyrim is you can steal. I mean, you're not stealing their clothes. You're taking their clothes to wear or sell later. And so you end up with all these character models like sitting around in their underwear.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird. Most of all because I don't think you really expect that. I don't know. It always struck me as odd going through these things, murdering 20 people and then stealing their clothes and leaving these dead bodies laying around in their under things. It's
kind of weird.
It's kind of strange.
They're not going to still have clothes on if you take their clothes.
Maybe it was more for
right?
in Skyrim. It was because they were all wearing matching underwear because there's only one model for the entire
that's
game.
The weird part.
Yeah,
really.
everyone is just wearing
Everyone's
these
wearing the same bra and panties.
Right through the entire game. Yeah,
alike.
quite. Yeah,
they didn't have Victoria's Secret.
Right? Yeah, they had to make their own.
Victorian
Secret.
Victorian
Right. But I just Watch Dogs struck me as strange, and
Right.
it's a problem the industry is going to have to figure out. Especially as like I said, there is a lot of nudity in that other game I was talking about, The Witcher, and it was just that's fine. And so I don't understand why this bit of nudity. Well, that's not right. We need to patch that out right now.
I think it's the specific part.
I guess, but The Witcher's got some pretty. Not I guess that specific and not that detailed.
Right.
But
well, yeah, because it wasn't just like.
No, it wasn't just.
It wasn't just like a
Barbie
some weird
doll.
graphical thing. Yeah. Like it was a fully rendered.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
was there.
Yep.
Like.
Yeah.
Clinical model of.
Maybe that's what it was for. It's going to be for some sort of like medical.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just strange to me, but I think that the industry is going to figure that out eventually and figure out a place for that. And with digital distribution too, I think you might actually find in the future that AO titles will actually be able to sell because you can't have one now. Just flat out, retail will not carry it.
Right.
So even Steam won't carry it.
Yeah. Which is, sad in a way, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, but
once they see the type of money that's going to roll in with VR, though, come
right. Oh,
on.
Jesus, right?
Yeah, it's not long.
Yeah,
that's
Well, and either they'll figure it out or someone else will. Yeah. So it's just I don't understand at all why adults can't have adult things. No, we shouldn't give these to kids. Dylan's parents should not have said just go ahead and play Watch Dogs when he was 11. They would have, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So. I think next bit of news is No Man's Sky, which that has not had news in any sort of positive sense for
a long time.
The day after launch.
I'm going to say 6 hours after launch.
Right.
Everybody was all, no, it's not what they said it'd be.
Yeah. No, Adam is a proponent of No Man's Sky.
I like No Man's Sky. Yeah. It's repetitive, and it can get what some people call boring. I call, what's the word I'm looking for? It's relaxing. It's almost
Zen.
meditative.
Zen.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Because it's just this, you go here, get this, do this, rinse, repeat. And I liked it. I liked it as it was. I'm not going to complain if they upgraded by any means because it could use some upgrading.
Yeah, and I think the upgrades sound really fun too.
Yeah. You can actually build a station, you can farm, you can all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. It sounds like they've introduced big sky tankers that you can buy buy this big ship and then teleport your stuff up to. It gets around a lot of the complaints people had about space limitations. Even and what they're really saying too is that this is the first of many patches that, the folks that made it, the reason you haven't been hearing from Hello Games is not because they haven't been doing anything. It's because
they've been doing this.
They needed to get out of the echo chamber of everyone telling them that it sucked. They needed, any comment they made was going to have a negative reaction. And so it's almost, would it have been smarter to say, hey guys, we're working on this. We'll be back. It's going to be better. And then come back with this. Yeah, maybe. But at the same time, I think it's great that for a game that it would have been really easy for them just to say, you're right, guys, it sucks. And
walk away.
And that probably would have been the end of their studio. It would have put, 15, 20 people out of jobs because it's a small studio. I mean, it's when you look at the game framed in that, it's a small studio to put out a game of that scope.
Right.
Now, is this a response to the criticism when the game came out?
I don't think so.
I don't know. That's what I don't know.
I think what I gathered is that this has always been the plan. And most games, especially from a small studio, that's how they work these days, is you put out a game and then there's another year or two of DLC. Even AAA studios, that's how they work these days. Right. You put out a game, you put out a year or two of DLC, and either that's paid DLC in the way that this works, or it's free DLC like in Minecraft or Terraria or so many of those other games where it's a game, it's a platform. When you look at how well it's worked for Minecraft, 100 million copies of that game sold, with nothing that you pay once for that game, or if you're like me, you pay 7 times for that game because you own it on 9 different systems. But building a game as a platform is a very viable way of making games these days, and I think that was their plan. So
interesting. Yeah, I want to download it. It's not like I've got anything else to play right now. So I'm curious to get back into it.
Yeah, I was disappointed that it didn't get a little cheaper over the holidays because it went on sale, but it never went below like $30, $35.
See, and that's that's the one bone of contention I have with it is that I did pay the $60 for it on release day, which is fine. Like, I'm okay with paying $60 for a game. And now that I've heard all the cacophony of people screaming about it, I'm like, yeah, sure could have used that. Yeah, I could have used that. So now, 3 months later, I'm all, damn it.
Yeah,
where's my money's worth of stuff?
But
and now
to be
it's coming
quite frank, though,
but at least it's coming now.
And if you pre-purchase games, like, it's the risk you run.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
it's the first truly, it's not even a bad game, but I mean, generally speaking, the first truly bad game.
When I guess that the thing is
time.
when I worked retail, when I worked at Software Etc. in the late 90s, like, there was a legit reason to pre-purchase
Software
games.
Etc.
Yeah, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I worked there for 3.5 years. Until they fired me, bastards.
Like Electronics Boutique.
Yes, same company.
Yeah.
And they're GameStop now. So, but I mean, there was a legit reason to pre-purchase games at that time because the number of games we got was directly in correlation to the number of pre-orders we got.
Gotcha.
But these days, like, the only reason to pre-order games is if you get a discount. Like, pre-purchase it from Amazon because you get 20% off. But besides that, or dumb.
Well, I got a really cool sword with Final Fantasy
skin.
15.
Right. But that's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever.
I mean, but what if Final Fantasy 7 or 15? How many are we up to now? 37? Is this 15?
This is 15.
15. What if it sucks? Is it worth it for a sword? I don't know. I'm just not a pre-purchase kind of guy. Meh.
South Park?
Oh,
gotcha.
But there's no reason, I guess. I think the thing about South Park is, I really want to play it, but I probably won't buy it at launch anyway.
Okay.
I don't know. I
tried to get him. Damn it.
Yeah, I mean,
I will have it the moment I can play it.
Yeah, I might
I've
too.
already got it
It's gonna be
pre-ordered.
so good.
I pre-ordered. So on Amazon Prime Day, because you got 20% off new releases or pre-orders, I got.
But you always get 20% off of pre-orders with Amazon Prime. It's not just on Prime Day; it's every day.
Well, there was some other discount on Prime Day that made it because for Final Fantasy 15, I paid $40 for it.
Which is, I mean, 20% off is
20% off 60.
Would be 12, so it'd be
12,
like 48.
Plus there was some other, I think there was like another 10% discount.
That makes sense,
Something that was going, because I know I paid $40 for that. I paid like $35 or $40 for South Park, and I paid the same for No Man's Sky.
Sure.
Because I got all those on Prime Day, so I was not paying anywhere near full retail.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. Prepay, I go back and forth because there are games. I mean, South Park is a legit one that I may as well pre-buy it because then I'll get it for 47 instead of 60. That game's so good.
And then you can say, I have the fractured butthole.
You got to be real careful how you say that.
The fractured butthole.
Exactly. It's real careful. Real careful. Anyway, we're going to talk about video games and how much we play them now.
Okay.
Because there is a guy, and I don't know his name, and quite frankly, no one should probably give this dude any more fame than he already has, or maybe infamy, who has reached the max level on Overwatch. Game came out 6 months ago. He reached level 1800, I believe.
That's a number?
It's a number, which most of all, I'm fascinated that there is a level 1800 in Overwatch.
And that's the cap.
And that's the cap. Apparently, that's not the cap. They just haven't made graphics to go over that. So I think he can keep leveling.
Patch it for him.
I guess.
They didn't put a level cap on it. It was just.
He just keeps going.
But he found it.
Yeah.
But who sat there and said, I don't think anybody's going to get past level 1800, so we're just going to stop worrying about that
Well, and
right
apparently-
now.
They shouldn't have to worry about anything remotely close to level 1800.
And apparently, the next person is 150 levels below him.
Why?
There is one other account that is above him, but it's not a single person. It's in China, and it's a bunch of people that have just been playing it 24 hours a day, probably mining something. I don't know. He estimates it's 1,700 hours of time. So if you do the math on that, that's
a level an hour.
It's
a little over a level an hour.
Little over a level an hour, and that means that dude is playing about 9.5 hours a day every day for the last 6 months.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. He doesn't have a job. He's just doing this.
He doesn't have. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
I don't know much
has he
about the
found a
dude.
way to monetize this then?
I hope
hope
he's
so.
Twitch streaming this or
Seriously.
is on a team or something.
Because otherwise, like, His parents are pissed and they want their basement back.
Right? I actually just picture him as the guy from the South Park World of Warcraft episode. Like, that's exactly what I picture. And that's incredibly unfair. And I hate to stereotype other gamers because after about 3 days, I probably look like a guy too. But, it's fair.
Talk to Kevin on launch day for any WoW release or expansion, and you do it on the phone because he smells.
World of Warcraft went on sale over Black Friday, and for $5 you get every single expansion except for Legion. And I was like, this close. And I'm like, I don't want to pay $15 a month to play it though.
Oh wait, is it still a subscription based
thing
monthly?
Yeah, $15. So but I could have gotten all the games for $5. But then I realized that World of Warcraft is effectively just heroin that I pay to play, and that, I mean, not that heroin isn't something that you pay to do, but
yeah. I mean, well, if you know the right people, it's not.
See, I don't have those friends, but
I don't know what I'm talking about. Ignore me.
Right. Anyway, so I was curious, what do you think the most time you have spent playing a single game is?
A single game?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know I was going to have to do math.
Fine. I will do first.
Go ahead.
I did some quick back of the napkin math, and I think I've spent about 250 hours in Rocket League. But it doesn't really keep track of it, so you have to you take the number of games you've played and times it by 7, and that gives you a accurate-ish number. And so if you do the reverse math on that, you can see I've played a lot of games of Rocket League. And then probably next in line for me is Skyrim. I put 140 hours into that. Both of those I would like to say though is over a year. Like I've played a year of Rocket League and I played like 14 months of Skyrim. So it's not like I don't sleep like this dude. I have a job. Yeah, right. Dylan, what do you think?
It'd have to be Vice City or San Andreas, I'm guessing.
Both excellent
probably
games.
The only games I put over 100 hours into.
Over 100. See, and I never thought to count.
Right.
Yeah. That's a really estimation.
Yeah.
But I mean I explored those cities just every morning before school for like 2 hours. So I knew Vice City so well.
And that's how you know you're putting a lot of time. Could you actually navigate it without the map?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, you knew where everything was.
That's crazy.
Just steal a bike and you could just drive everywhere.
That's how you know that like you've played a game a lot too. When you wake up early. When I first started, I don't do it anymore. But when I first started playing Rocket League, I'm like, all right, if I get up at 6 instead of 6:30, I can hurry and get dressed, and I can get 3 games of Rocket League in before I have to go to work.
I used to wake up about 6 a.m., play for about an hour and a half, and I had to leave for school about 7:30.
Oh wow.
To have class start at 8. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can only tell you the games I've probably played the most.
Sure, fair.
No idea how long I spent playing them. You might laugh at one of them. So when I was a kid, what game was that?
This is the worst game ever. He's put 100 hours into it and he doesn't remember the name.
I can't remember. There was a game that I played when I was a kid. Anyway, as an adult though, where I've done more of my gaming.
Yeah.
So Amplitude.
Sure.
I did every level, opened them all up on every difficulty, even the ridiculous one where you look like.
Yeah,
I
put a lot of money in, or a lot of time into Guitar Hero. A lot of time into that, yeah.
So you know the struggle on that. And then I don't know why I became obsessed with this franchise, but I played I don't know how many hours of Hot Shots Golf. I'm not even kidding.
I totally get it though. I don't know how much time I spent playing this stupid Wii golf game.
Oh yeah, right.
Right? Golf's fun.
Yeah, but Hot Shots Golf, there was something about the mechanics to it. Like there was, for as simplistically styled as the game looked, like mechanically speaking, there was a lot going on, and there was a way to tweak everything from the type of ball to the type of club and where you would hit it, and I mean everything.
Yeah.
And I spend, I don't know, I mean, a lot of time.
I mean, I hate golf in real life, but I absolutely adore like golf games. I've played a lot of links, there was a game called Golf on the Commodore 64 that we used to play all the time. Me and my kid play it's called Golf with Friends. Golf with Your Friends, and it's a mini golf game that's on Steam that's super fun.
Really?
Yeah, it's a really good time. Yeah, we could golf with your friends.
Yeah, I love golf games for whatever reason.
I bought a game called Dangerous Golf over the weekend, and I have not played it yet, but I like golf that's dangerous, so I can get behind that.
Okay.
There's alligators.
Yeah, I'm like,
I hope so. I hope so.
Eat your balls.
Dylan whispers the best things. I love it. See?
so creepy.
I think we should talk about free games.
Okay, free is good.
Free
After my
is-
drunken spending spree,
Right.
I want free.
All the free games. All the free games. So Xbox Games with Gold for December.
Sleeping Dogs.
Dylan's-
Definitive edition.
Dylan's a big fan of the Sleeping Dogs.
I've heard of this game.
It's real good. It's real solid. I mean, similar to other GTA clones.
I feel
But-
bad that this game, like the developers for this game, went out of business last month before, and then they released it for free on the Xbox. Like that's kind of a bummer,
Yeah.
but
I think this game's been around for
months, yeah.
years.
Yeah. Oh, years, yeah. I think it was
Um,
2014, but it looks
Is it-
great.
is it even that? I would,
Maybe longer.
but because I picked it up when it came out on Xbox 360.
I get this is the definitive edition though. It's
I mean, you did
definitive.
everything, so
Nice.
maybe a little graphic update because I know it's been on Xbox
Yeah,
for a while.
Wow,
but,
they probably pumped it up.
it's real solid combat system with a little bit of depth. So it's, I mean, whereas GTA you're usually picking up big guns and shooting people, this is more like getting into fist fights and stuff.
Yeah.
As well as
Yeah, I hear it's really good and it's got a really high ratings.
So I definitely suggest picking up that up for $3.
Yep, and that is all month in December.
So these are. So
This
how
is-
does the Xbox Gold work? Do they give you free stuff or cheap stuff?
Free stuff.
Oh, okay.
So you get this'll.
but-
Yeah, you do get deals with Xbox
Okay.
Gold too.
Okay.
So
It's like the PlayStation
PS Plus,
It's- Okay.
you just get 2 less games.
Okay.
But they don't have a handheld, so you know.
Gotcha.
So that's all month, December 1st to the 31st, and then the 16th through the 15th of January, you can get Outlast, which is a interesting looking survival horror game, which isn't really my thing, but it's been rated really well.
Yeah.
Looks scary as crap. If you like to be scared,
Yeah, this is
So-
the one you don't really fight anything, do
Y-
you?
it doesn't look like it. Yeah.
You just
You're just surviving.
escape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
stuff
survive.
chases you, kind of like Amnesia. I think if you've
Is
played
Amnesia the one where one person plays the monster and then four of your friends
No,
try
I've heard
and-
that is so good though. I
Can't
can't remember the name
remember
of that game, but I've heard
But
that's
yeah.
really good. No, Amnesia is the same thing where you're in this kind of haunted place and you can't fight the monsters. You just have to avoid them.
Mhm.
You have a fear level. It's really. It was that game where I started playing it thinking like this won't be scary, and then about 45 minutes later, I started like looking behind me and it's scary.
I'm definitely gonna try that one.
Outland looks real fun. That's
So that was, I was all, what? When I saw that name, I've got that on my PlayStation 3. And when I hooked my PS3 back up the other day and I plugged it in and I was like, okay, does this thing still work? I totally forgot I had Outland on there because it was a PlayStation Plus game.
Oh, sure. Yeah, and this is the 1st through the 15th. So that's an Xbox 360 game.
It's great.
On the Xbox One, backwards compatible. The funny thing, this is actually one of the games I like looked up. I'm like, I'd like to see what this is. It looks like a super fun platformer.
Uh-huh.
It's gorgeous visually.
Lots
and
of great mechanics to it.
I already own it on Steam. Didn't know.
Play it. It's
Yeah.
You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, looks
it's
great.
a really, really fun game. And then the next game, I've always been a fan of.
Yeah, 16th through the 31st of December is Burnout Paradise. I have not played any of the Burnout games, but I hear they're fantastic.
That was
They're
the
pretty sweet.
That was the first game I had for my PS3.
And
was
and
Burnout
those are
Paradise.
ones with
It's
actually
so
like
good.
cars you can break, right? Like
Oh,
the
yeah.
cars are
Yeah.
destructible.
Like there's a
Really pretty.
whole
Destruction.
Yeah, like that's the series where there's the whole like kind of mini game, side game.
Yeah, I think so.
Where you go through an intersection, you try and cause as much damage as insanely humanly possible.
That sounds fun.
And that was just
See, and that's the kind of
satisfying.
that's the kind of racing game I can get behind because I'm not like I love driving around cars in Grand Theft Auto. That's super fun, but I don't want to race things. Like
Right.
that's I played Forza Horizon 3 enough to see, wow, that's real pretty, but I'm bored and I'm bad. Maybe that's true. I'm real
These
bad at racing
car
games.
simulators aren't real much fun for me either.
No, I have a real car I can drive.
Braking. I want more gas.
Yeah.
How do I get around this turn? More
Play
gas.
Burnout 3
Yeah.
or Paradise.
Give it a shot. Give it a
It's
shot.
A lot of fun.
PS3 or PS Plus games have not been formally announced. Formally?
Yeah, I saw the
announced
leak.
yet, but they have maybe been
Yeah.
leaked, and I had not heard of either of them, but they both look really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Invisible Ink is just a turn-based strategy game, but it looks real cool and very well received. But Stories: The Path of Destiny looks real fun. It's a ARPG. And the entire idea is you try different things every time, and either that thing works or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, you die or you destroy the Earth or you things fail miserably in one way or the other, and then eventually you will work out the way to actually succeed in the game. It's got beautiful, like bright, sunny, colorful graphics, and it's got the whole concept's presented like it looks like in a storybook. So very like classical story. It looks really fun.
Nice.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. So we'll see if they actually are the games or not. But there'll be another 4 for PlayStation Plus.
Elaborate joke.
Yeah, so maybe next episode we'll talk about if that actually happened or not, if it was an elaborate joke, and what the 4 new ones are, and hopefully by that time we'll know what the free Twitch games for this month are.
I just hit my microphone.
That's all right. And it's not like you sit in front of a microphone all day, every day. It's
gonna happen.
I know. Thing.
But there'll be new Twitch games for free. There'll be new
Twitch games for free. You get games from Twitch?
If you have Amazon Prime, you can hook it into Twitch and you get Twitch Plus, and they give you free PC games every month. So you should grab.
I have Amazon Prime.
You can now have Twitch Plus. So and you have a PC. I don't remember what the free games are this month.
Holy crap.
Some sort of beat up game and some other game.
I'm into it. I want it.
Yeah, give those both a shot. And there'll be a new free Uplay game next month as well. One thing I would like, as long as we're talking about Uplay, we should talk about the UB30. No, that's a band. UB40.
I'm like, UB40 was the band. UB30 is their younger brother.
It's called like 30 Days of UB. I don't remember what it is, but Ubisoft is giving away, starting 5 days ago, they're giving away a free something every day for 30 days until I think December 23rd. And I'm like, hey, that's real cool, right? First day, they give away Rayman for the iPad. And I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. And I download it. I'm like, wow, this game's real old.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fun.
It was the original Rayman game.
Rayman.
On the PlayStation.
Yeah. And so, but that's cool.
Actually, I want to say it was on the Atari Jaguar was the original.
Probably. Yeah. But, it's fun. I'm not really into that kind of game on an iPad, but whatever. Yeah. It was free, And then the second day was like a 75% off coupon on something. I'm like, I don't really want to buy anything, but that's a good gift.
But thanks.
The third day was 3 downloadable digital posters from E3. And I'm like, well, that's kind of dumb, but I guess maybe someone would like that, I guess. Day 4 was a downloadable GIF. And so I downloaded this. I'm like, okay, that's weird. I downloaded 60 megs. Why is it 60 megs?
Holy crap.
Unzip it. It's 2 GIF files. One is 500 by 500. One is 1200 by 1200. And all it did was count down the 30 days of Ubisoft giving away games. I'm like, that is literally the worst gift I have ever been given ever. Like, that's not even a white elephant gift. That's just dumb.
Right.
And then the day after that was 3 free gifts with like 3 characters from different games, I guess, like jumping down and like free. I'm like, apparently Ubisoft doesn't know what gifts are.
Trolling.
Right?
I'm like,
that's gotta
good
be
at the end.
And I have not looked to see what today's gift is because
you've been disappointed.
Why would I?
Oh, it's my daily disappointment. I mean, my free gift.
Right? I'm like, yay, you guys. Anyways, let's. Dylan and I talked. We talked last week about Super Mario Run, and I've been listening to some other people talk about Super Mario Run, and I think, to sum up, like, I'm just not sold on the gameplay yet. But some people said if you weren't sold on the gameplay, to try Rayman Jungle Run, which have you played it?
I've not played it, but I've seen it. So, I mean, I know it's along almost the same exact lines as Mario Run.
So I bought it. Dylan bought it. It's $3.
Okay.
So first of all, $7 cheaper.
You're already at a 70% discount
right.
of Super Mario Run.
It runs sideways, as side-scrollers should.
Okay.
Same thing, 1-button jumping mechanic. And it's real fun.
It's great.
I really like it. It's super challenging. Super challenging.
Yeah, as much as like one button can
be challenging.
Okay.
But so much satisfaction when you actually do a perfect run on a course and nab all the coins and hit all the jumps.
And I think, to me, like, having played Rayman Legends and Rayman Origins on other systems, so much of what that game is about is almost speedrunning. It's failing over and over and over again until you can figure out the exact sequence to get you through a level. And that's exactly how this is you've got to figure out okay, I do this, and I die. Okay, so I do this, and I do this, and then I do this, and I do this, and then I die.
And then I die.
And then eventually you make it to the end, and you probably get, 25% of the coins you're supposed to get. maybe that's okay. And that was kind of where it fails for me though a little bit is, and where I think Mario might too, is that I get done with that level. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I don't really want to go play that level again to go back and collect the coins. But when you're in the game, there's no way to go back.
Yeah,
you're
you can't go
always
backwards.
going forward.
Right.
Which, as a kind of completionist in video games, kind of turns me off.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I like finding everything in a Mario level and every secret and every coin and every special flower and every
Yeah.
blah, blah,
Yeah, but
all
it's
that
right
stuff.
behind you.
Yeah, literally, you
can't
just
get
can't
it.
turn around and get
Well,
it.
do you remember the first Super Mario Brothers game? You could not go backwards.
Well, you can't go backwards once you're off the screen, but as long
But
as you stay
literally
on the
cannot
same
take a
screen.
step backwards.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see too. Like, and I haven't played far enough into Jungle Run yet to see if it has the same mechanic. But probably the biggest downside with Origins and Legends was eventually you had to replay all those levels because you needed to collect more things in order to unlock
Right.
other screens. And so if it has that same mechanic, that's even more annoying that I have to play the same can't go back levels over and over again. So, but I think even more so than that, and I don't know if Dylan feels the same way, is I think that like this game's fun and I'm enjoying it and I could see conceptually now how Mario is going to work. But I think that Origins and Legends and this one have better level design and the levels are more interesting than any Mario game I've played recently.
fair. Yeah.
So I'm not sure what Mario is going to bring to this that is $7 more, and I mean they're going to have to be really, really, really good levels.
It's the character. It's the
Yeah.
icon. It's the.
I mean, yeah, and there's
nostalgia.
something cool about that.
Yeah.
But I totally agree that when I played Rayman Legends, I'm like, this is the best 2D platformer
Yeah, it's so fast.
on this level. Like,
Was
it's
it?
So
such
fast.
a great game. And
There's also a level where you play where I don't remember what you're doing, but you're jumping from thing to thing, and each one of the things you jump on plays a note. And if
Okay.
you play the game right, it plays "Eye of the Tiger" by Survivor.
Now
you're
I
like,
need.
bing,
Now I want to buy
Bing,
this game.
bing, bing. It's
Yeah,
real
it-
good.
and
Yeah, if you
that's
don't,
great.
if you haven't played it and you like 2D platformers,
Mm-hmm.
those are both spectacular games.
Okay.
They're real fun and just fast, scrambly. Okay, jump, kind of
Almost to a
things.
beat. Almost
Yeah.
rhythmically.
Yeah, almost,
It's
yeah.
definitely, like, which
There's
is
a-
what platformers, I mean, they should have a rhythm to them.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a good Super Mario level does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
for
really
sure.
true. So,
Mhm.
But I definitely, Mario hasn't done it for me.
in a while.
Really?
In
No.
The 2D, the 3D Mario games lately.
Yeah,
have been
I love
great.
I love Mario games that have a spin. Like Paper Mario's fun.
Right.
Mario Galaxy's fun. But just like the Mario World that I got with my Wii, it's
Yeah.
okay.
This new Super Mario Bros.
Yeah,
or
that
whatever.
one.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
See, well, yeah, it was just okay in the fact that it wasn't anything new
Yeah.
per se, but it was a new Mario game.
Yeah, and I guess that's the thing is I don't know if I ever beat Super Mario World. I could go back to Super Mario World. It could
Super
be a new
Mario World
World
was
for me.
easily like one of the best platformers
Oh, I agree.
of all time.
I
Period.
totally
Straight up.
agree. And I could not tell you the difference between Super Mario World that was made 20 years ago and new Super Mario Bros. You know, there's nothing fundamentally different between them.
Can't look at him.
I mean, I love the new Mario games. They're great.
Yeah.
But when I picked up Rayman Legends, I'm
It
like,
just feels better.
Yeah.
this is, I mean, aesthetically, it looks incredible. And
Mhm.
then you're playing really interesting level design.
Yeah.
Compared to.
And really different level design. Like every level is
So different.
different and interesting, whereas every Mario level looks like the Mario Desert World you've played, or the Mario Underwater World that you've played, or the Mario, you know.
And it is cool when I'm seeing these old Mario level designs with a new coat of paint. Like, it is
Right.
really nice to play pretty Mario in high definition.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
When I
not
first
taking that
saw-
away from it, it is great.
Oh, yeah,
Mario
they're beautiful.
experience.
Yeah. When I saw that Wii U pop on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's an HD. It's still
Yeah.
not 1080,
Yeah.
but it's HD. I'll take it.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
moment was amazing for sure, to play Mario in HD for the first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the verdict on that is still the exact same, though, is that, 16 days from now, 17 days from now, every single one of us is going to go pay $10 for Mario because that's what you do,
Yep.
Yeah.
you know?
And I'm looking, well, when it comes to Android, I'm looking forward to playing it, in portrait. Just because
I'm curious.
if you think about the Mario games, it's not just about going side to side. a lot of
It's about
Mario
going
has
up.
about
Yeah.
is going
Right.
up, and there's a lot of height to those
Yeah.
levels. So I think that they're going to play into that.
I hope so, because otherwise, man, it's going to be so hard to anticipate what's coming up.
And I agree with
Right.
that. Where Rayman's more of a faster game, so
Yeah.
you're moving
Real fast across the screen.
on the horizontal plane faster, so you need that
And plus,
the horizontal orientation.
yeah, and when you've got it in a landscape,
Yeah.
you kind of have to hold it with both hands because the phones now
you
are
have
so.
to. Yeah.
So they wanted to make Mario a
one-handed.
one-handed
Which,
game.
I mean, frankly, will be great for like people that commute. Like, I mean, be
Right.
great on the bus, be great on a plane, be great on a
yeah,
while you're walking on the street getting hit by cars, probably. It's just like
Great
Pokemon
it's
Go.
the new Pokemon Go.
Right.
Everybody's just going to start walking off
Yeah.
overpasses
Yeah.
and into
Well,
traffic.
I'll buy it and you can play it on my phone. It'll be perfect.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'll just make Kevin buy it.
He's got an iPhone?
Yes.
Come on. Done.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Thought you were
know,
judging me.
No. I mean, I judge you because you have
It's
an Android,
fine.
but
Rude.
right. But we'll see how it goes. I'm still excited to try it.
Yeah. I think Rayman Jungle Run did.
Yeah, buy it.
Open the door.
It's $3.
I was
Buy it. It's
okay,
great.
This can be more than an endless runner.
Did you
Yeah.
never play Flappy Bird?
No.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Well, yeah, I played Flappy Bird, but
It's the same kind of thing. It's like an endless runner. It's like an endless thing.
yeah, but Rayman Jungle Run isn't an endless
Yeah, it's not.
runner.
It's like
Oh, it's
there are
like-
set
it's
levels.
really
Okay.
literally the exact same game that Mario is
yeah,
saying
it's
it's going to be.
It's a platformer,
Gotcha.
but you're always forced into the direction.
Forward motion.
Yeah.
Forward motion.
It literally is
platformer.
the exact same game. I mean,
Gotcha.
except that it's a different orientation.
Yeah.
So, but it's real fun. I recommend you try it. It's good. There are tons of places you can find us, and we actually have a new place to find us now because I made us a YouTube channel over the weekend.
Oh God.
Right? Twitter at Bite Me Podcast,
BYTE.
BYTE. On Facebook, same thing, facebook.com/Bite Me Podcast. YouTube, you're going to have to go somewhere else and find us. Maybe our website, bitemepodcast.com, because until we get 100 subscribers, we can't have a fancy URL for YouTube. So also find our YouTube, then like us. And
Got
then eventually we'll have youtube.com/bitemepodcast. And
I'm into it.
Adam's into it. That's what matters. There's some
If
fun
Adam
videos
is
up there.
into it.
Nobody else matters
Everyone's
except
into
for.
it.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, but check that out, and then you can email us at biteus, BITE, or BYTE. They both work. At
Oh. Okay.
bitemepodcast.com, BYTE.
Whatever you're feeling that day.
Really, just if you want to bite us or bite us, both work.
Bite me.
But check it out. We've been tweeting a bunch lately. There's some good stuff up there. You can watch me die 15 times in a very small section of
In
limbo.
limbo.
You can see a very, very strange video from Inside, which may or may not be a spoiler.
It was really weird.
Really
I didn't
weird.
understand
Yeah.
that, so I'm just
You
ignoring
will
it.
soon.
Okay.
You will
But
so
play
soon.
inside.
Play inside. I think that's the
That's
actually
the takeaway from this episode.
this episode is play inside.
Just play
It's $20
inside. You're
or
not-
$15. It sounds like a lot of money.
Right now on Steam, I got the bundle. Oh,
It's
yeah,
probably off sale.
yeah,
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 stupid
it's
Black
done because
Friday,
I
but-
paid less than $6 for both.
Oh God, that's a great
Yeah.
deal. Totally
Whoa.
worth 20. It seems like a lot of money, but really that's like a movie and a cup of coffee,
Right.
and it's totally worth it. Anyway, Dylan,
Bye.
bite me.
Bite me.
There we go.